Check 1, 2.
Action!
Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it all from boom back to melody rap. They can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to precinct.
Fuck everybody on the front. When we get on the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Yeah. Live and direct on your screen is another episode of Knicks and This. Y'all already know the vibe. I am the one and only Parlay Lord, aka Fraz Tass in the building. And of course, I'm here with the Knicks and Ish panel, including and not limited to the First Lady of Knicks and Ish, Mrs. Knicks herself. We also got our beloved co-host Kev Rodriguez in the building. Not to mention our beloved host, the one and only T-Time himself, live and direct in the building. And special guest tonight, who you've seen him here on Knicks and Ish before on quite a few episodes, the one and only Dom. Shout out to Dom once again for pulling up. Shout out to the rest of the panel as well for being here. And shout out everybody who pull up, who's going to see this in the near future, and who's here now. Press like for your favorite panel. Sharing is definitely caring. Don't forget, if you're new, please hit the subscribe and make sure your notification bell is set to all so you get all notifications when we go live. This is an impromptu live that literally it was just thought of. So I'm gonna let Kev go ahead and introduce the topic. Go ahead, Kev.
Since he's the reason why we're here tonight.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
He deserves to, to be the master of ceremonies for tonight. So go ahead, take it away.
To be honest with y'all, I really wanted to do this because, you know, last night I was watching the game, right? I seen the first half, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. And I haven't done this in a very long time. Like, I seen the first half, and I seen like no urgency to win a game, right? I seen us getting washed up, right? And with like 2 minutes left in the second half, I looked at my phone because, I'm tired of this whole MSG and optimum nonsense. So now I got to watch the game. So I'm frustrated because I can't watch the game on MSG. I got to watch it on my phone. I got to keep going back and forth sometimes because, the app acts up, right? So on top of that, I got to watch the fucking Knicks getting washed up. And with like 2 minutes in the first half, I just was like, I'm turning my phone off and I'm going to sleep. Cause I was so mad, bro. I was so mad. I haven't felt like that in a long time. And it comes from because you know how good this team is. And to sit there and watch this team perform the way it was performing, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm not watching another half of this. I'm not watching it, and I'm glad I did not watch that second half because I did not want to go. I was already frustrated the first half. And I'm like, we shooting like, what, 20% from the 3-point line at halftime. We had 7 assists. I'm like, yo, what is going on here? No slashing, no cutting, no nothing. I'm like, yo, all right, I'm not watching this other half. I'm not doing it because I'm watching SGA and the kid come off the bench and just completely start washing us up. And I said, no, 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 no. Mm-mm. I'm not putting myself through this frustration. I'm not.
Look, I mean, everybody was frustrated last night. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
I watched the whole game. I stuck through the whole game. It was nasty. It was nasty. Uh, you know, we covered a lot of that yesterday, but now the new headlines is, oh, it's a divide in the locker room because of what Josh Hart said. If y'all don't shut y'all goofy asses up,
Wait. Before he continue, let me hit the button for him real quick. Go
not even a
ahead.
not even a rant for real, but it shut up. I don't think that was a shot at anybody. I think that Josh is just continually reminding the team that, hey, we got to play team basketball because that's what winners games. You feel me? And absolutely, everybody has their own individual agendas coming into the season. Somebody might be eyeing trying to make an all-star team. Somebody might be trying to average this amount of points per season. And sometimes they get lost in the shuffle of the overall goal, which is, to make a deep run in the playoffs and ultimately win a championship. I don't think that was a shot at anybody. I don't think Josh Hart is that kind of a teammate that
Hmm.
would publicly like take a shot at a teammate. You feel me? He just don't strike me as that kind of guy. But yeah, that's the headlines after that game. But you know, we go through this every year. Once the team, hit a little skid, all teams have a skid. Once you lose a few games in a row or in a lump sum, here comes everybody. Oh, they hate each other. Remember that was the story before Julius left. Oh, everybody hates each other. Nobody likes each other in the locker room. But yeah, after bad losses, you always gonna get these wild headlines. This is life as a Knicks fan. Shout out to Darlene. I'm just gonna land the
Shout
plane
out
there.
to
Shout out to
Arlene.
Darlene. Yeah.
Dom, talk to me, Dom.
It was hard to watch. But I'll tell you what was harder to watch: the game against the Magic. That was actually harder to watch than this game because
Yeah.
we were playing the Wounded Warriors, and they just took it to us, and we only scored 94 points. Here's the thing that I'm starting to think of, guys, and I've been saying this for quite a few weeks. Our success rate against teams above 500 is abysmal.
Hmm.
And those are the teams that sooner or later you're going to have to beat, meet, greet, whatever. And we are not doing very well with that guy. I think we're 4-10.
4 4 and 7.
All right, 4-7. Well, no, we got to be worse than that.
Nah, 4-7. That's
Okay,
correct.
No,
four and
he's
seven.
right. 4-7.
Okay, that's
But
counting. That's counting beating the Magic 3 times, who was playing on one leg. If I'm not mistaken, every game we beat them. But again, guys, the point is we're losing to teams, first of all, that we're not supposed to lose to. The
Right.
Magic, Detroit. Uh,
The Hawks.
is Cleveland for real? I don't know. I thought Av was going to be on here. I told Av in the beginning of the season, I'm a Knicks fan, but I like basketball. I think Cleveland did the right thing. We hear it all the time. Hey, why don't we run it back? We got a good team. Why don't we run it back? And you know what? That's what they did. And you know what? Sooner or later, Evan Mobley was going to become Evan Mobley. I don't give a
Right.
damn if you like Cleveland, hate Cleveland, whatever the case may be. This kid is destined. He hasn't even hit near his peak. So again, when you keep that continuity, and I'll tell you what, guys, the Knicks are playing and talking, and their mannerisms on the court are such as we won 2 championships already. You're looking at the ref every other call. You want a foul. You want this. You want that. Play the game, guys. I was talking to my son today, and I said basketball is the most least complex sport of all major sports. You dribble, you shoot, you pass, you rebound, you get back on defense. I heard a great saying from, I think, Derek Jeter. You can hit the ball as hard as you want in baseball. Somebody out there might catch it. But in basketball, it's, we're tired. We're tired after what, guys? What did we play? 38 games? Last night was our 39th game.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
39.
think
Right.
39 games. And here go the dead man walking narrative. Oh, they're playing too many minutes. They're tired. Fire Tibbs. We've been hearing this for 4 years, man. But you didn't hear none of this when they won 9 in a row. Same player, same coach. And
Right.
how do y'all say it? How y'all young say it? I land my plane with this. The
Yeah.
NBA is the only league where you hear players run the league. It's a player-driven league until they lose.
Right.
Then it's T's fault, Dominic's fault, Miss Dick's fault. It's everybody's fault but the player. But they run the league, and they get out of jail free card. You know what, guys? You fire Tibbs. Who you gonna get?
No.
Who you
Right.
gonna get that's gonna make somebody not
Right.
shoot 0 for 7 from 3? That's
Right.
an individual task, man.
Right. Right.
Certain
Right.
things are individual T. Foz, when y'all go to work tomorrow, y'all got individual tasks to complete as an employer. You don't just go to work and say, oh, man, my manager sucks, so I'm going to. No, you're not. You probably need your job. But only in the NBA do the players get that back seat because, again, Knicks fans are. I can't do Nick Twitter. I can't do that no more. I can't do that. I'll debate, typing wise, because you just want to jump through and choke somebody. Because it's the same shit for 4 years, guys. Are we a championship? I'll ask y'all this now, guys, and I'll shut the hell up. Do y'all think we're championship mode this year?
The Knicks
Thank you, Adam.
The Knicks fan in me want to say yes,
Of course.
but something needs to be done.
Can I tell you something though? Can I say something? SG, I mean not SG, the Oklahoma City, with the defense that they have, they just proved that they can shut down any good offense. Any good offense. You know, the Knicks got a pretty good offense, man.
But they didn't play good offense yesterday.
No.
They didn't play good
or
offense, but
against the Magic.
they have the number one defense in the league.
So let me push back on that. Pause. When we played them the first time in OKC, they could not shut us down. We were playing the way we supposed to play, and we were playing some of the best basketball we played all season for 3 quarters. That game, I feel like 40 something minutes the whole starting lineup is playing. I think we saw them get gassed. The OKC, they run 10 deep. You're playing 5 against 10. At the fourth quarter, you're gonna run out of gas. They're gonna run you out the gym. And that's exactly what happened. They turned up the pace, they kept the pressure on, and they ran us out the gym in the fourth quarter. But for 3 quarters, our offense was humming, and they couldn't do nothing with us defensively. So I don't want to buy into the narrative that they could shut down any good offensive team. Prove that we are good enough offensive team to get buckets. Yesterday, we just was playing shit offense. it was bad offense, no effort, 0 energy. It was nasty. Okay, don't get me wrong. OKC is fire. Right now, they're my favorite to win the championship this season. Even as good as Cleveland playing, I like OKC. I like Shea and what he's doing. I like the way that their team is complete, and like I said, they could run 10 deep. That's tough to beat.
But at the same time, like I said though, the defense is what wins you championships. Defense, bro, and that's in every sport. It don't matter if it's basketball, football, any sport. If you got defense, you're gonna win multiple, not just one year. You're gonna win multiple championships. And I think that's where the Knicks lack defense. We there's games where we can do it, but then there's games where we lack, especially at the perimeter.
It's the commitment to defense.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said this. My fault. Real quick. I said this yesterday. When the shots ain't falling, a lot of our guys ain't interested in playing defense anymore if their shots not falling. That's all I want to say, Kev. My fault.
And I think that's a problem. You know, because if you're gonna start going into playing this month right now, we got Milwaukee, we got Magic coming up, Banchero's back. You know, like we're gonna start playing some good teams, and if we're gonna keep playing like that, it's not gonna look too pretty.
But not to cut you off, Kev.
Hmm.
The funny thing about this month, though, who we're playing 14 games at home and 4 games on the road.
Right.
When January 1st kicked in, we had 14 at home, 4 on the road. This is what you got. I don't care who you're playing, fellas and miss. You got to show up for this.
What up, Mike?
How many times have we saw that? A 14-4 swing in 1 month. Come on, guys. You got to put up or shut up now. I don't want to hear the minutes police. I don't want to hear
No.
Bobby was tired after 38 games. I've done the math a million times. In an average basketball game, these dudes are getting plenty of rest. Guys, I taken this shit to different heights. Each timeout is approximately 3 minutes and 37 seconds. That's on a non-nationally televised game. Let it be a game on ESPN or TNT or ABC. That shit is like 4 minutes, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the 2-week, what do you call it? They throw the flag. I want to challenge it. That shit's taking 2 weeks. So you're sitting there, and don't tell me you ain't getting no rest, man. I just think the Knicks got, I hate to say this, guys and girls, did they get a little too high on their own hog that we could just go in there and do ABC and come away a winner?
Yeah. I think this game against the Thunder was a wake-up call. You know, we took that bad one to the Celtics at the beginning of the season, but you can also be like, it's a new team. The Celtics was super hot that game. You don't want to take too much away from that game, right? But then, you know, you lose a game like this to another team that you're supposed to be competing with when it's all said and done, right? And you get absolutely smoked. I think this is a wake-up call. You know, I was watching, you know, the post-game interviews after the Thunder game, and, you know, the message was pretty much the same throughout everybody. Like, yo, like, we have to be locked in. You feel me? We have to give the energy the whole time. Like, I agree. I feel like a lot of times they just felt like, you know, we the best offense we one of the best offense in the NBA. Can't nobody stop us until you play a really good team and they stop you and you're like, oh, maybe we do have to. You feel me? And the responses I heard from Josh, Jalen Brunson, I didn't really like Cat responses too much, but I expect these responses from Cat because he ain't used to being here. But yeah, their response was more like, yeah, this is unacceptable. And we just need to be better. We ain't worried about what anybody else is doing. We got to fix what we need to do. You know what I mean? And those are the responses I want to hear. And let's see how they come out tomorrow. You feel me? That's another important game. We got a slight cushion over Milwaukee, but they're playing really good basketball. And we got a really tough schedule. So this is a very important game. Let's see how they come out. If the hunger, fire, and desire is where it need to be. And if guys like Macau and OG ain't having a good game, I said this yesterday, they need to find other ways to impact the basketball game if they're not having a good game offensively. I felt like they weren't shooting well, and then they disappeared in every other part of the game, including defense. OG wasn't himself defensively yesterday. Like, the way he was letting the switches happen so easily, him and Macau, they were actively hunting Jalen Brunson, and they was letting it happen. Like, and that's the part I was disappointed in. Like, yo, all right, your shot's not falling, so now you're just gonna give Shea to Jalen Brunson every time now? That's ridiculous. You as a teammate and as a player, you know you can't win letting Jalen Brunson guard SGA. It's not winning. There's never a winning formula.
He was.
And I felt my fault, Kev. I'm letting the play right here. I felt like because their shots weren't falling, they gave up defensively and let Shea and the Williams kid. He didn't have a great game, but he still gave us 19. Like, and he was getting, when he decided to shoot, he was getting whatever he wanted to because he was actively hunting Jalen Brunson. You know what I mean?
So I left this there because I wanted to answer this question. Well, not question, respond to this comment. So Tibbs doesn't have as many practices. So it's like, damned if he do, damned if he don't, right? He plays the guys 40 minutes and fans complain. He doesn't have practices so that they can play 40 minutes and fans complain. You know, how do they get out the slump? They make millions and millions of dollars. They can get their ass in the gym by themselves and figure it out. Macau could stop trying to fuck up his shot that's been working his entire career and get back to shooting the way he was without that stupid thing he does to his shot. And maybe he'll play better. OG can do the same. These guys are professionals. They get paid to play a sport. They need, if our team just doesn't hold practices, they need to get in the gym on their own and figure it out. Kobe did it. They say Randall did it when he was with us. You know what I mean? Like, let's not act like we can't hold. Tibbs is not the only one responsible for what's going on.
Right.
At some point, we have to hold the players accountable as well.
But y'all do know that this is an ongoing thing in the NBA. There's rarely practices anymore, guys. This has been put out for like 2 years now. These 2 a days and balls to the wall, excuse my French, practices, those days have been gone, people.
Yeah.
They're coming.
They're watching a lot of film. Yeah, they're watching a lot of film
and they're doing walkthroughs and
facts.
They're not doing like we did in the 90s, man. Them days are over. I hate to say that. I don't mean to, get on Paris, whoever it was, but take note, fella. Ain't nobody practicing no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Allen Iverson would flip a lid right now. Practice.
If they practice as much as we want them to, these
Put
guys
that comment back up.
Put that comment back up. These guys will be playing. These guys will be sitting out so many more games throughout the season because they need rest. These guys ain't hard-nosed guys like the basketball players we loved in the 90s. These dudes is soft. They cry babies and they soft.
Yeah, it's a different era of basketball, for sure.
So, and this is Knicks was talking about Macau jump shot. I want to say this real quick. Now he's on this catch high, shoot high shit. He never shot like that before. Now he's on this catch high, shoot high shit, and it's not been working. When he went back to the old jump shot, he was water. Now he's on this catch high, shoot high shit. Cut it out.
Guys, I have too much free time on my hand. I was talking to a fan the night I went to see the Knicks in Miami.
Yeah.
When he shoots over 7 3-pointers a night, the shit goes left. Point blank period. I don't care what his overall percentage is. On nights he shoots more than 7 threes, he goes totally left.
Yeah,
don't ask me why, don't ask me how. I just happen to look at these numbers. Because again, guys, forgive me, I had a lot of free time. But he is, first of all, he's really not your standard 3-point shooter to begin with. Never was. Come on, man. We're making guys out to be Jerry West and Walt Frazier, and they're really not, fellas. I'm sorry.
So like I said, because I want to answer this. I want to respond to this comment, but I answered this. I said this yesterday. I said he got to get back to doing what he does well. Get to the midi. That opens up his 3-point shot. But for whatever reason, right now he just content on taking the worst 3-point shots you want to see. But Jay Boogie, a player only meeting is not bad.
Right.
It's not bad. When they think players are on, I don't know why it got such a negative connotation when you hear a players only meeting. That means the players on the team realize that something is up. They're not waiting for the coaching staff or the organization to try to figure it out. They're coming together as a unit to
holding each other accountable.
This ain't Philly. The things that were said at the Philly players only meeting ain't gonna be. You ain't gonna have somebody telling, yo, stop showing up late this shit. Because ain't nobody on that team is like that. We do have a team full of hard workers, and the coaching staff tell you that all the time. We got a team full of hard workers. So whatever they got to figure out, I'm happy they're going to talk it out and see how they can get better. because I'm pretty sure everybody noticed something in everybody's game that could be like, yo, maybe if you did this, or you should be doing this a little bit more. You know what I mean? Instead of waiting for the coaching staff to tell you, figure it out. You know what I mean? And then we have to me, one of the most best leaders in the NBA in Jalen Brunson, right? So I don't see this as a bad thing. I see this as great. You know what I mean? We got a lot of high character guys on this team, man. It's
Mm-hmm.
just right now we just in a weird space. Not even weird, bro. We just won 9 in a row. Now we lost 4 out of the
4 or
last
5.
out of the last 5. Ebbs and flows of the NBA, dog. Like
Right.
ebbs and flows. You feel me? So yeah, figure the shit out. Let's keep it moving. This is not a bad thing. This is not a
Right.
bad thing, J
But
Boogie. Shout out to you for pulling up.
Yeah, to Jay Boogie's point, though, we thank him for bringing that up, that we're at least giving him something he may have been looking for. But
Word.
Mrs. Knicks nailed it 10 minutes ago. These guys are professionals who make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
If they need me and T and Foz and Kev to say, hey, you need to do, then we're missing something, guys. Serious. We are seriously missing the bigger picture. Yes, I understand the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs. But only you can get through this, man. Your coach can't hold your hand. Your coach is not shooting 0 for 7 from 3. Your coach is not getting back on defense.
0 for
This
9.
is not some things. I swear to God, guys, I hate when I hear it because
No, he's right. 0 for 7
they're
from 3. He's right.
individual talents that you have. When you put them together collectively, you create a team. It ain't about, hey, T, you went 0 for 7 from 3 last night. That's the reason. No. We got our heads handed to us at home. Period. Cut and dry. Take the tape. Throw the shit in the garbage. And let's get back on track next game. Again, guys, I hate to keep getting, we can't do this no more because of what I always call the gift and the curse, social media. It's a shame what they have done, that they make everything seem like the sky is falling. And you know what, T? My narrative from 4 years ago is finally coming true. Really? What Knick fan are you that you're hoping for non-success more than success? Help me understand that, people. Please, I got to shut up because I just get too... That is some sick shit, man. Serious. When you're rooting against your team so you can say, I told you, T, 4 years ago.
Yo, I've been locked out of the Knicks and Ish Twitter for like a few months now, and I'm so happy. Kevin's the one.
I don't know how I don't get banned from Twitter. Serious.
Kevin still signed into the Knicks and Ish Twitter.
Yeah, but
we figured out the password, T-Time. I gotta send it to you.
We did.
Oh,
We did. We did. But I just think Go ahead.
To this comment, so they may practice. I don't know. I don't really give a damn about Cleveland. But like Dom said, they ran it back with the same players. Let's not forget, the Knicks started the season with a damn near brand new team because what Cat brought to this team made the team dynamic 100% different than what Randall, when we had Randall. So, yeah, that may be the reason they're better. However, you also have to look at our team and how we're just figuring each other out. And so if we did practice more, maybe it will help, maybe it won't. Because again, our guys are playing a lot of minutes. I think we have like 4 of our guys in the top 10 of minutes played this season. So, which I don't care, because when you think about it, and Knicks fans, play the bench. Do you see what happens when we put that bench in?
Oh, Lord.
It gets
That's a
worse
conversation
than what we
for a whole
saw in the
other
last
show.
couple of games. Not saying that he shouldn't play more guys. I'm not saying that. There needs to be an even mix of bringing them in with starters, but we can't just bring in our bench. You know what I mean? Like, so Knicks fans need to chill with that. And again, Cleveland has played together for a significant more amount of time than the Knicks. So of course they'll get better. They also have one of our old assistant coaches who's a great coach. Of course they're going to get better. Now, I think you said in another comment, which I'm not going to bring up, or someone else said it, the Knicks are a good regular season game, as is Cleveland. as is Cleveland, because Cleveland hasn't shown shit in the playoffs. Let's just keep it 100.
Yep, that's right. That's
They
right.
said, hey, how could you call the Knicks a good regular season team when the last 2 times we've been in the playoffs we overachieved?
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
With
But you
nobody.
know what's weird? You know what's weird, Kev Fries, before you get started? Everybody talks about the minutes played. One of the guys that plays the most minutes hasn't missed a game since junior high school.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Explain that to me, man, please.
Played
Somebody.
every game of his entire NBA career.
He doesn't
And
miss a
Let's be
game
college.
since
honest.
And
high
college.
school, man.
Yes. Like,
And
but
he
wait,
also go ahead, Fraz. Go ahead, Fraz.
I had two interesting stats that I wanted to bring up. Okay. The Knicks are 0-5 against teams ahead of us in the standings.
Mhm.
And we're 1-6 against the top 8 teams in the league.
Mhm.
Now, adding on to the point that was brought up earlier about how this dynamic changed that Sis brought up with having Cat in, it's still being worked out. You see it. It's still
Mm-hmm.
being worked on as we speak. So I don't expect these numbers to remain bad the entire season. I think as it goes on, they're gonna figure it out because guys are getting healthy, and I think again the timing of injuries isn't bad because we're gonna have players for the playoff run, God willing. Let's not jinx anybody now. You heard me? Yeah,
Knock on
exactly. You
all the
heard me over here.
wood.
Just knocked
And
on my wood dresser.
for a team that's brand new though, really, right? For them to be playing for them to be where they at right now in the standings is not that bad. I mean, we've hit a tough patch into the schedule, but we still in a good spot. You
We
know, as
third.
long as
Yeah.
huh?
So
Huh?
we third in the
Yeah,
East.
yeah. And this is a brand new team. When you add McCall, we I
Cat.
think okay, so we got McCall, Cat, um campaign, what's the name
Shamit.
that just
Damn it.
Shamit, and then all the brand new rookies that we got in pack 'em up, Dadier, Tyler Coleup and Huck Porty. This is pretty much a brand new team, like like you guys said. So for us to be in the position we still good. We just and don't forget Mitch hasn't got back yet. You know that's another thing we're missing right now.
When
You
you
know,
look at
Jericho
our
Sims is
starting
the
five,
longest tenured Nick.
yeah,
Jer-
exactly.
Jer-
When you look at our starting five, Kev,
mm-hmm,
minus OG Ananobi's on again, off again injuries last year, and we got him at
right,
the trade deadline.
Mhm.
We got
right,
4 of our 5 guys starting that we didn't have last year.
Mhm.
right, right.
4 of our 5 starters were not starters. Josh Hart wasn't starting last year.
Mhm.
He was coming off the
OG
bench.
again was here again, gone tomorrow. So we got
Mm-hmm.
4 of our 5 starters, and we're averaging. I forgot what it is, guys. Maybe
119,
Frost could look at.
120.
We're averaging what 116, 117 points a game.
Yep.
That's unheard of
Yep.
for a Knicks team coached by Tom Thibodeau.
Right, because Coach Tom Thibodeau is supposed to be non-offensive
Yeah,
minded, straight defense.
I said this before. We got to give up that narrative because
yes.
3 of the last 4 years, Tom Thibodeau been the head coach. We've been a top 5 offense in the NBA at the end of the season. So this whole Coach Tommy T don't coach offense, that's trash because when the season is said and done, if you look at the offensive rating, we usually top 5, except for that year that we didn't make the playoffs in offense. You know what I mean? Coach Tommy T, sleeper wise, is a pretty decent. I think I say he gives the players Jeff Teague said it. He gives the players the freedom to be themselves offensively.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
he's not holding you in and get mad at you if you take like weird shots. If that's a part of your game, he allows you to have that freedom to do so. And you see that, like especially his stars or whoever's going to be the star, they usually flourish in that role. Before Julius Randle got into a Coach Tom Thibodeau system as the number 1 guy, he wasn't putting up 25 points a game. That wasn't happening. It was people laughed at me when I said it was a possibility that Julius Randle could do that. When you get Jalen Brunson, he had some good games in the playoffs before he got to us, but he wasn't averaging 20 plus a game, and people laughed at us
having the best season of his career again.
People laughed at us when we got Jalen Brunson. They're like, "Oh, they did all this to get this guy. He ain't no A1 guy." And now look how he flourished under a Tom Thibodeau run offensive system. I'm just saying.
I think we said this once before, though, guys. Karl Anthony Towns' best 2 seasons, other than this, who was his coach?
Tom Thibodeau.
It's sort of like the Thibodeau don't play the young guys, but I seen a lot of them got paid. R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, even Deuce got a nice little something.
Obi Top, don't forget Obi Top.
Obi Toppin got a little
contract.
something. But he don't play because again, guys, I hate to beat this horse to death. It's been a 4. You know what, guys? If I said the same shit for 4 years, I would probably shut up. As much as I like to talk with y'all, I'd probably never come on here again because I would think, damn, T got to be tired of me saying the same shit for 4 years. How can I keep doing this? I mean, it's kind of embarrassing to begin with, but I don't get it. Every narrative they thrown at us, T, about Tom Thibodeau has been debunked, defunct, thrown in the garbage, and people have gotten paid playing for this guy. Yeah, even Jalen Brunson. Let's keep it a buck.
This is a good segue because it's something I wanted to talk about tonight. And it's another thing that's been running around after the loss to OKC is that Coach Tom Thibodeau is on the hot seat. Shut up. Shut up. That's cap. What are you talking about? This is what's annoying about this. Like, this might be a little bit of a rant. I'm not going to lie. This might be a little bit of a rant. But the nerve of you people, before Coach Tommy T got here, we didn't see no playoffs, dog.
None.
we didn't see nothing. And the season we got here, we thought seeing the playoffs was a far-fetched thing in that season when he got here. But guess what? We've seen the playoffs. Was this our 5th year? This is 5th year, right?
5th year.
So 3 out of the 4 previous seasons, we went to the playoffs, Coach Tommy T. You know what I mean? And the only year we didn't go to the playoffs is because the front office did some shit that Coach Tommy T didn't want. They went and got Kemba Walker. They went and got Evan Fournier.
I said that.
Clearly not Coach Tommy T. And that's the year we didn't make the playoffs. And ever since then, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, how you gonna say that man is in a hot seat when he's been doing such a great job? And this is coming from somebody who, the year that we didn't make the playoffs, was screaming for him to get fired. I did that. But I'm telling you, the way that he's been coaching this team and where we've gone, I don't know if any other coach could have got that team that we had last year with all the injuries we had as far as we did. Right? First of all, for us to even make it to what seed was that? 2nd seed last year, right?
Yep. 50 wins. Yep.
Yeah. Last game of the season.
With all those injuries we had to be a 2nd seed going into the playoffs, I don't know too many coaches that could have pushed us there.
Don't. You can't wake them up, T. You can't wake them up no more, T. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's a different game, man. Some of us are at the age.
I'm about to land a plane.
I'm sorry, T.
I'm about to land a plane, but
he right near the runway.
Then you talk about going to the playoffs last season and beating a very tough Philly team, even though Joel Embiid was hurt, but he wasn't that hurt that he couldn't give us 50. You feel me? He wasn't hurt enough that he couldn't give us 50. And still beating that team with a very talented Tyrese Maxey. And then we lose in 7 to the Pacers after everybody get hurt.
Everybody else.
And we still went 7 in that series. And I don't think you get that from no other coach, man. And when you hear the players talk about Coach Tommy T, they love him. They love him. So for all those people who be, he's on the hot seat, shut up. Shut up. Because who's going to take his place? Who's going to take his place? You know what I
You
mean?
know what they're gonna say. They've been saying it for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Bring
Or
Mark
Mark Jackson.
Jackson back.
Bring Mark Jackson back. Ain't gonna happen.
He's not getting a job.
Yeah, Mark Jackson is finished in the NBA. I hate to say it because but yeah, I think he's finished.
There's certain places geographically, New York City being one. Please don't beat me up. The group out there that would not tolerate him being in their city coaching. There are certain cities, again, forgive me without getting to New York, San Francisco, Oakland, they're not going to have that. But again, guys, when you keep talking about Thibodeau, I brought up what you're saying a bunch of times, T. And one person asked me, well, what do you mean? I said, you remember the year Leon Rose and them, they did it, T, not Thibodeau, went out and got Fournier and Walker. The only year he didn't make the playoffs. What did he do, guys? He sat back, he sucked it up. I'm going to take the heat. I'm going to get y'all off the hook. The shit ain't going to happen again. And guess what? It didn't happen again, did it? They caught the message. The team caught the message. Ownership caught the message. So say what you want about Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau flipped the script behind everybody's back and said to T and Fry, the people running this will never happen again on my watch.
He said, "Get me my guys. I need Tibbs players.
Exactly.
Get me Tibbs players."
I was just about to answer that because
who is
wait. Can I hit? Let me hit the button for both of y'all.
I mean, listen,
because it's about to go down. It's about to go down.
I can't do it, man.
He's gone on podcasts with his own players. The guy talks nothing but great things about the players. The players say nothing but great things about him. So I don't know where half the roster can't stand Tibbs come from. I don't understand where that comes from.
And this is the reason I always say I quit, guys. I mean,
wait, T-Time. Go ahead, T-Time.
So you said, does OG look like he's running through a wall for Tibbs? OG is known for not playing through pain, right?
Right.
He's known for that. But in the playoffs, he tried to play with a pulled hamstring. What are you talking about? The man pulled his hamstring and tried to play when he's known for not playing through pain.
As a matter of fact, he played Game 6.
I'm not done.
I can't do it, T.
You talk about Macau. Does it look like he's running through a wall? He's playing the most minutes in the NBA right now. What are you talking about? Not a complaint. Maybe his game ain't working most of the time, and that's more on him than it is Tibbs because he's taking bad shots. What do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm gonna have to take. I'm taking Kev off my Friday buddy list, man. I can't do it no more.
He said, OG. Guess what? OG was going to get the contract whether he would play that game or not.
Exactly.
What are you talking about, bro? Like, I get it, you hate kids, but you just can't be saying stuff that don't make sense.
That don't make
You're going to
sense.
get that contract regardless. You think they traded RJ Barrett and wasn't going to sign OG Anunoby? Are you serious? Are you serious? They traded RJ Barrett, but if he didn't play Game 6, they wasn't going to give him a contract. What?
but the same OG Anunoby who played Game 6 aggravated his hamstring and still gave it a go for Game 7? Wait a minute here.
He said he only did that because it was a contract year.
Well, whatever. But he did it.
I disagree. I kind of disagree with
that. I highly disagree with that because he played earlier in the series as well.
Right.
What are we talking about?
I mean, to T's point, it does take an act of God because we know before he came to us, just look at the numbers, guys. Again, I'm a numbers guy. Man, if OG Anunoby got a stomach ache, he wasn't playing for 3 days.
That's
I'm not saying.
I remember
he got a belly ache. I ain't playing. But you want to talk about, again, guys, the proof is in the pudding. And I know you got the naysayers, again, with their narratives, keyword narrative. They want this to be true. They think these players are just saying this about Thibodeau because he's their coach now. But we've heard other players in the league that don't play no more that preach this, guys. It's insane.
I gotta do it with T-Time. I'm sorry.
It's crazy. Yes. It is totally crazy. Everybody's telling a fib, T.
Everybody
these
lying.
people are lying.
Absolutely.
And if they all
He
didn't
said
like
it. He
him,
said
know,
if they all didn't like him, they wouldn't be re-signing with the Knicks. If they didn't like him, they
In the
wouldn't be
world
and
we live
re-signing.
in,
not only that, but look, not only that, like Josh Hart, he mentioned Josh
Taking
Hart,
less.
right? But Josh Hart took less money to stay here, and not only that, he's having the best season of his career under Coach Tommy T.
and
made me
and
put
he's
my
the
two arms
epitome.
up. Touchdown.
Yeah, he's the epitome of the opposite of the minutes police. Hey, you know
Right,
what, Ant? When I came in the league, Mrs. Nix, I wanted to play ball. I wasn't good enough.
right.
I wasn't on the right team. So now you can't get me off the court. But I thought everybody thought like that.
Yeah.
You know, I waited my whole life to play this game. Why do I want to, you know, oh man, I played 32 minutes. Put me on the bench. Really? Come on. Come on. We
Wait,
don't have guys like that. And I think it's because of Coach Tibbs. Whether you like it or not, he instills a different breed in these guys. I think he feeds off of them more than they feed off of him.
Yo, we've been saying this. We've been saying this every time you hear these guys talk. They sound like Tibbs. Yeah. Yo,
I'm not
yo,
entertaining
listen.
it. No more of his
Yo,
comments.
yeah, it's a wrap because he's trying to. I saw what he was trying to do earlier. I'm 62. I watched a lot of basketball, so I know. No, that don't mean you know. That means you watched a lot of basketball. You know what I mean? Like that's all that means. There's a lot of people who watch basketball since all that time and still don't know what the hell they talking about. You feel me? Like
Mm.
you saw John
And
Stark.
don't let these young faces
Listen,
get it twisted. We ain't young.
No kidding.
We ain't got
Please, I
milk
don't
on
want to
our
say
breath
that,
over
Dan.
nah, I'm not young. I'm not young.
here.
Listen, but PD, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. You could go to each and one of those players right now on a personal level, and they will completely disagree with everything that you're saying. Each and every player on that team, even the kids that don't play.
Even the ones that
Mm.
don't play.
Right.
I
I
can
mean,
guarantee.
you can say
Even
anything you
the
want,
kids that
guys. I
don't
mean,
play.
I'm old enough, without spilling the beans, I'm old enough to have seen the last Nick championship. Though I was a little kid, I was old enough to know what I was listening to because guess what? Wasn't on TV. So I had my radio on in my bedroom listening to Marv Albert call a Nick game. I heard one of the greatest 7-game performances in NBA history by Walt Frazier.
This is the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Here
He
we
don't
go.
talk to his players, but he goes to the
The
Rumors
podcast.
podcast, but he don't talk to his players. Him and Josh Hart was on the podcast talking about how he always joking with kids. What are we? Yeah, I'm done. No
Yeah,
more
we
for
we
that.
we get it. We get it. See, this
big
is what I
cap,
was saying.
big cap.
Said this is what I was saying, Praz T earlier on. We're gonna keep pushing this. Like we're not gonna get convinced. I don't know what somebody's trying to get at. I'm too old to be getting convinced by you. And we can say what I did. You know what? I forgive me for saying I shot a lot of people in my life. It don't make me a killer, but I know how to do it. I mean, it's
Yo,
sickening to hear this
That's
shit, man.
hilarious.
Come on.
It's like if they
Kev,
were
I don't
talking
like you no
about
more,
another
Kevin. We are not
coach,
friends.
maybe like a Fizdale or something like that, we could be like, okay, cool. That could sound right. But Tibbs, nah, bro.
Fizdale was the first coach I ever saw standing in the B-boy stance, giving
Right.
high fives to the other team.
yo,
Really? You want to go back to that?
after we got washed by 30.
Right.
Yeah, Derek Fisher getting in fights, leaving practice,
Yo,
flying cross country to get in a fight. That Derek Fisher,
Oh my
that coach.
God.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Real quick before we continue, don't forget everybody, press like for your
Yeah,
favorite.
please.
Sharing is always caring.
Support is
Y'all know
free.
the vibes. It's a fact.
Y'all are
Listen,
crazy.
man.
I ain't coming on there no more.
yo.
Cut it out. Cut it out, Dom. Cut it out, Dom.
I'm gonna get my blood pressure machine out in a minute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let T Time. Let T Time talk
I'm
because I want to
sorry,
say something after T Time. Go ahead, T Time.
Yeah. Shout out to PD. Said the love button hit. Yeah, I mean it's all good and fun. Yeah, homie,
Nah,
you already
PD,
know.
this was
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
nothing
I'm
but
gonna say
love,
this last
bro.
thing.
We appreciate
Yeah.
what you.
We over. This is the first year that we were considered legit contenders, right? and we overachieved every year before that, and that's because of the coach.
Right.
It's been a bevy of different players on these rosters, dog. The one constant has been Tibbs. If you look at from the first playoff roster, the only person left is Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah.
The only person left is Mitchell Robinson.
Right.
It was
Wow.
contending team, dog. So
Yeah.
Wow.
again,
That's a
say
fact.
feel how you want to feel. My motto is I will not be the fool to argue results. I won't.
Plus, I'm old enough to remember, that's only 5 years old, that before Thibodeau, we had 5 coaches in 6 years and lost 344 games. I'm old enough to remember that without being old school, without watching the 73 Knicks. I'm old enough to remember that. Some of your kids are old enough to remember that.
Tibbs
The
got
little kids that Kev's trying to put to sleep remember that.
Yo, I'm like going back and forth.
Yo,
My
crazy, man.
failed.
But I just wanted to add on to Kev earlier point about Josh Hart career year. He's not the only one having a career year for the Knicks right now. Let's not forget Cat is having a career year for the Knicks right now. Despite everything that's being said in the media about who he's playing against, his style of play, he's still having a career year.
Right. His third best year.
Yeah.
And guess who the other two was against? In case Paris wasn't listening earlier, his other 2 best years was against for who? Tom Thibodeau. My bad. We're gonna skip over that in case he missed it again. But no shade, Paris.
It is what it is. People gonna feel the way they feel, because I at one point, admittedly, I wanted Coach Tommy T fired. That was the year we didn't make the playoffs.
Agreed.
But again, I'm not gonna be the fool to argue results. And PD still in the comments. He actually was the GM. The GM did something that went against what Coach Tommy T believed in the players that he wanted on his team, and we didn't make the playoffs that year. They started listening to Coach Tommy T and going to get the players that he wants, his style of play, and guess what we started doing? Going back to the playoffs, getting to the second round. The last 2 years is the first time we've been in the second round in like 20 years, though.
Yeah.
But we complaining. I'm not complaining, though. Yes, I want to win a championship, obviously.
Right.
But I've been deprived of New York Knicks playoff basketball for so long, and New York Knicks deep run playoff basketball for so long. I'm not going to say I'm content. I'm happy. You feel me? Yes, I want to win a championship, but I'm not going to try to shit on Tibbs because we may be having bad stretch, or you gonna let the media that never give us no credit. Shout out to my guy Jimmy J1 in the building. You already know. I'm not gonna let be like y'all and let the media who don't show us no love try to convince me that what my coach is doing is wrong, because that's the media narrative. Oh, the minutes. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta relax. You gotta relax. And you gotta remember too, in the beginning of the season, most of our bench was injured.
Yeah.
Most of our bench was injured. No pressure to start the season. No Shamit to start the season. We had
Deuce and campaign.
Then Deuce got hurt. Still no Mitchell Robinson, who we not sure if he's coming off the bench.
He just got back.
I think Mitch is going to end up coming off the bench. But yeah,
Campaign also had an injury too.
Yeah, I was going to say Campaign.
So who the hell was he? Y'all talking about play the kids. Look how well we did that too. But look how well that worked for Deuce. He had Deuce staying low.
PD, I disagree with that.
Grinding it out. Yeah, he said he doesn't. Where do you get this information? Who told you this? That he doesn't talk to his players. That's the part I don't get. My fault. I'm gonna land the plane because this aggravates me. Did any player come out and said it came out today. By who? What was the source? State your source. It came out today. I didn't see it.
I
Did
didn't see
any of y'all see
it.
Hey,
And I'm
hey, P,
we watch Knicks notifications all day. That's what we
all
do.
all day, all day.
That's what we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
word.
again, you say we capping for Tibbs, you're capping against Tibbs, and that's nasty work, homie. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
Maybe
appreciate
he's
that
not a
you-
Knicks fan.
Hey, PD, do me a favor. Go watch the Roommates podcast episode with Tom Thibodeau on there. You'll feel stupid after you watch it, all right?
You know, it's sad to see this because, again, see, this is what I mean. You can't separate who's a Knicks fan by I want them to lose. I'd rather be right and watch my team lose than be wrong and watch them win. Remember something, guys. It took Tom Thibodeau to erase the curse of Patrick Ewing, to erase the block shot by Melo against Indiana. He's the one that changed that whole culture of those two events happening over the last 30 damn years. Here he comes with his little horsey with how much talent. Come on, guys. We can say what we want about losing to Atlanta in the playoffs. We weren't that good.
We weren't good at
We
all.
weren't
For
good
real.
at all.
Exactly. We weren't
Trash.
that good.
Trash.
man.
We had Randall. That's all we
Trash.
had.
Exactly. We had
Great trash.
what was his name? What was that
Trash.
point
Yeah.
guard's name? That
Alfred
put on the
Payton.
Alfred Payton.
He was on point.
Alfred
The only thing
Payton.
Alfred
Alfred
Payton
Payton.
did good was when he pushed that guy that shot the three-pointer.
Yeah.
And showed
yeah.
some heart like you ain't doing that shit to us. That was his claim to fame, man. Come on. We don't have there's no more history in this. It's all about, hey, T, I don't care what you say. I'm going to be right whether you believe me or not.
Yo, so to on that point, Dom, I remember at the beginning of the season, right, when we traded Julius Randle, everybody on this panel was upset.
Right.
And
Livid.
Even me.
We talked so much shit about Cat. But we all said we hope we wrong. Right? And now that we wrong,
Right.
look, this is nigga got the Cat jersey off. I want my team to win. I don't care about being right.
But
I don't
there's a
care about
difference.
being right.
There's a difference, T. We may have felt like, oh, we wanted Julius and Cat may not be this. But when the ball went up in the air, we were Knicks fans. We didn't give a shit.
Right.
Name
Julius
on the
Randle
front
was.
of the jersey. That's
I
it.
like Julius Randle. Don't get me wrong. But when that ball went up during game one, I was like, how they say it, how all the fans people on January 1st, new year, new me. Well, that's what I said. New year, new me. I got to. What am I going to do? Root against my team?
Hey, real
Really?
quick.
Right.
Shout out my guy, the Mike Report, aka
Yeah,
Michael
shout out Mike.
Alaskid on the check-in, man. That's my brother right there.
The coach, I mean, you can't really call the coach garbage when he completely
Whoa.
changed the franchise around. You can't.
No.
I mean, you might not like him, but you gotta, tip your hat to where it's due. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Are
gave
we-
the team an identity. Like,
Here's the
Yeah.
funny thing, guys. We
Yeah.
could say what might have happened, but that's a hyperbole. But we could all sit here and say what happened, right? We that's not a hyperbole. We're spitting facts right now. This shit really happened. This is not a
Yeah.
hyperbole. This is not a hypothesis. This shit really happened. We went from gutter dwellers, the laughing stock of the NBA, in the largest market in America. Come on, T. There comes a time where, T, we're all Yankee fans. Not to switch subjects real quick, but we're all Yankee fans, I think, on this panel.
yeah, absolutely.
We knew the Yankees weren't better than the Dodgers. We knew
Yep.
this. Let's just keep it a buck. We knew this. Just like we knew the Knicks sucked before we got Tom Thibodeau. We knew this. These are straight facts, guys. I mean, and guess what? The Yankees only won one game. And before Thibodeau, the Knicks haven't been to the second round in 5,000 years. These are facts, man. This ain't shit we're making up. Really? I told you all the story, and I'm going to end now. The night the Yankees lost, I was at Miami. And the Miami fans were mad because all the Knicks fans were going down the ramp. Go, New York, go, New York. You know what they started chanting? Let's go, Dodgers. Somebody said, somebody going down the ramp said, don't y'all got a baseball team? Oh, that's right. Y'all were done in April.
Yeah.
They're having conversations going down the escalator. They switched that shit from we're the Heat with the culture to let's go Dodgers.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
these they can't be for real. These are the fakest fans in America, man.
Yo,
Yeah, but
Dom,
see,
and to add to what you were saying, my bad, T Tom, to add what you were saying about the being the laughing stock of the NBA.
Ooh.
So we went from being the laughing stock of the NBA to teams actually doing business with us. Like and we made some really good trades since Leon Rose and these guys and this not even just Leon Rose, Scott Perry too, giving out good decent contracts,
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
bringing in getting us draft picks back, a lot of draft picks we had. Um Being able to make this trade right now for Carl Anthony Towns for stars. We wasn't getting stars before Tommy T and these guys got here. We wasn't making deals like that. We weren't getting trades like getting rid of
OG.
Cam Reddish for Josh Hart.
Facts.
Like that, right? Yo, that was a complete fleece.
or
We wasn't
even
Mm.
making
or even a
you
trade
know,
with Brooklyn.
Yeah,
yo,
yeah, they can have them
like
them
even
seventh graders.
Yeah.
Shout
yeah,
out to
like you know what I
CAA,
mean.
man.
So it took a lot of work for Tibbs and this front office. You can't just take Tibbs and put him to the side and act like he wasn't a part of that. They're
Yeah,
all a part of that and work
Right.
together to try to turn this team around. And you might not like what he does coaching wise, but he helps out in other ways too.
yeah.
You got
But
to
yeah,
remember though,
real
guys,
quick.
there's a
My
lesson
fault,
in
Dom.
everything.
Dom,
Right.
hold on, real quick. If y'all can, while y'all watching, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all
Right? Facts.
subscribing and
Facts.
turning on that
Facts.
notification bell. Big facts. You know what I mean? Dom got the fireworks to let you know it's real.
You know, you're stupid. You know, you know,
Yeah.
Shit, damn, I wonder
you
if
know what's
let me
even weirder,
see.
guys? There's a lesson
No.
in everything. This front office concentrated really deeply and very successfully on our starting five. We can't deny that. But the lesson learned going forward is before the season starts, we got to start tapping into these vet minimums. I thought one of the biggest mistakes we didn't make, that we did make, was not getting Andre Drummond. We knew
Mm.
Mitchell Robinson wasn't going to play till January, maybe February, maybe July. And they got him on the down low. And he's still serviceable, guys. I thought that was an opportunity missed, to be honest. I mean, I like what they did with Shamit. For some reason, guys,
Appreciate you,
I
Love.
like Campaign. He just brings that little energy and that little
Yeah. Spark
arrogance and
plug. He's a
that
spark plug.
spark plug. So there's a guys, at the end of the day, there's so much to look forward to. Like I said, I don't think it's this year or bust. I think with Thibodeau getting his 3-year extension and what the Knicks have accomplished or put together this year, we all fall into that 3-year window. Whether Knicks fans want to hear it or not, again, the narrative will be we didn't win a chip this year. I don't think we were supposed to, guys, to be honest. But
I
we're
agree.
going to stay competitive.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing we cannot say about having Thibodeau as a coach.
I agree.
Other than that 1 year, them clowns went out and got Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. We have stood competitive.
I agree. And I think
Yes.
when you asked earlier, are we winning this year? And I shook my head no. And I
No.
did it because when we did our shows last year, we thought we were one piece away. But now when you look at it, we've gotten better. Our starting lineup has gotten better, right? Because Cat definitely makes us better than when we had Randall, for sure. We were more than one piece away last season. Now that you look back at it, I think now we may be 1.5 pieces away. And not saying we don't have that piece. We may have that piece. It may be Mitchell Robinson. We don't know yet because we haven't gotten to see that team yet. But I don't think this is the season. I think this is the season where we continue to build. I think there's going to be vets that want to play with us come next season, and that will make our bench stronger. And then, like you said, I'm not in a rush to see it. I'm in my 40s. As long as I see a championship while I'm alive, I will
Yeah.
be I will die a happy Miss Knicks.
So,
Here's the good light at the end of the tunnel, guys. We're all sports fans.
mhm.
We heard for 5 to 7 years that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum was going to win a ring. For 5 to 7 years, they were going to win a championship. Granted, they won one last year. But how do they get a 5 to 7 year alibi and we're supposed to win a chip by putting a new team together 20 minutes ago? Really? Come on. There's sometimes you got to really look at the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's shining, guys. We got to admit that.
So,
Oh,
so,
I agree with
I,
LV Live. Go ahead, T Tom.
Yep, that's a
I
fact.
want to say this, right? You know, because there's a lot being said about our bench. You got to understand, our bench ain't really play
Yeah,
together.
that's what I just said.
They ain't really play together.
Right.
We talk about all of them being injured. So yes, it's going to take some time for them getting used to it, just getting rhythm back. Shimmick got to get NBA rhythm back. Yes, he played in the G League, but it ain't the same as playing in the
Right.
NBA. We got to get NBA rhythm back. You got
And he's
pressure
a
to just
shooter that his shoulder was popped out.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Right. Yo, people fail to
you see
realize that one.
you see Precious timing is still a little bit off. You know what I mean? And then Deuce just came back from missing several games. His timing is a little so that's why I'm like, yo, we may not be a championship team yet this season, but I still don't think we're nearly as good as we're going to be.
Right.
You know what I
We
mean?
still
Good point,
I
contenders.
T.
I
Great.
still feel like we're definitely we definitely got a shot at the Eastern Conference Finals this season for real, like legit. You know what I
Just
mean? Like, and depending on what the matchup is, we could make it to the finals. You feel me? Like, I'm not that scared of Boston, regardless of what happened in the beginning of the season. I told you the only team I'm scared of is OKC. Now I'm not even scared of Cleveland because every time Jalen Brunson sees Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs, he sends that man home. So
Facts.
I'm not scared of Cleveland, right? So we might not be championship team yet this season, but we just not as good as I think that we're going to be, especially when we catch our bench catch stride because there's talent on our bench. Oh, and there's another thing I just found out. We all sat here asked not too long ago, why aren't they bringing up T.J. Warren? Why is T.J. Warren? We need veterans scoring off the bench because his contract is. If they call him up before the trade deadline, his contract is guaranteed and it goes on the books. They call him up after the trade deadline, his contract is not guaranteed and doesn't go on the Knicks books. So we probably not gonna see T.J. Warren come up to the main squad until after the trade deadline. And
The
T.J.
not.
Warren is a bucket, dog. Like he's a bucket.
He killing the G League.
Oh God.
So
but
yeah,
Him and
so
him and Moses Brown. Oh
yeah,
God.
front office is they playing chess and they've been playing chess. You feel me? They've been playing chess. They if you look at every move, the way they finagled the financial situation to get Cat here. You feel me? You think
Yo, that was
Leon Rose and
crazy.
them is not sitting here looking at the books like, yeah, we got T.J. Warren, but nah, don't bring him up yet. We need that bread. Hold on. Wait till the All-Star break. I mean, wait till after the trade deadline, and we'll probably watch him get called up. You feel me? We probably watch him get called up, and that's another bucket getter coming off the bench, which is something that we need. And a person that could create his own offense. He doesn't need to be set up by a point guard or sit in the corner and wait until somebody passes him the ball. He can go out there and get you a bucket. You know what I mean? So again, we just not what we go. This product of the Knicks you see is not what you probably not going into the postseason, right?
I'll tell you what, Shamit is going to be the sleeper because I always say this: shooters can shoot. You can't teach shooting. You can either shoot or you can't shoot. He can shoot, and this is how smart the Knicks front office was. A lot of people were saying at the end of Cat's career, it's going to be $60 to $61 million per. But the Knicks, they already did the math. By the time that comes, the CBA will have changed. The cap will have gone up. Revenue will have gotten bigger and better. That apron and napkins and tablecloths and all that bullshit is going to be a thing of the past. Nobody's going to remember it except us four. And We'll see.
Wait a
They
minute.
weren't stupid.
Wait.
They knew that
That's
$61
fine.
million was going to be a thing of the past by the time it came to fruition. That's
Wait a
thinking
minute.
in advance, people.
Wait a minute. Doesn't the CBA change after next season? Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
exactly.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? It's gonna change way before. Cat got 3 years left on the books.
Thank you. That's
Wait a
what I'm
minute.
saying, Praz. They
But
did the
Yo,
but
math
no,
before
but a
the
lot of
math was
people don't
invented.
know. I've mentioned that already. That the
Okay.
CBA changes at the end of next season, and it's
Mm-hmm.
gonna go up even higher than what it's been in previous seasons.
I
So
remember
with
telling
that
y'all
being,
guys, I think it was the last time I was on here, while everybody's talking about the NBA and ratings and viewership, ain't nobody going to give a damn about that no more after next year either. Because guess what? Amazon don't run on ratings. Peacock don't run on ratings. They run on subscriptions.
and
So we
revenue.
already got your money,
Right.
so we could give a shit what the product looks like. You already paid us. And guess what? That revenue, that $72.4 billion, some of that cut goes to the players. Some of that cut's going to go towards salary. Some of that cut's going to go toward the cap. Thank you, Amazon. We appreciate your business. Let's drive on.
yeah,
Ain't nobody going to give two shits about ratings come next year, fellas. Maybe
yeah,
ESPN, because they're still going to have a handful of games, which that should have got snatched from them too, because they've had their turn and they didn't do very well with it. I'm tired of the shit show on TNT with Charles Barkley and them. I think they've done more damage to the NBA than they've done good. Forgive me for saying it. They do. They spend more time bashing the NBA and the players. So why ESPN wanted to carry them along is, I don't know. But was this CBA changes? That's why JB took. Yeah, of course.
Yep.
T-Time got his
This is
gunslinger
one.
pose on. He been saying it. He been saying it though. Go ahead.
Yeah.
this front office has been playing the whole time. The rest of the league has been playing checkers. Leon Rose has been playing chess. This is why, having an agent as the president of basketball operations that really understands the money and the flow, because that's his fucking job. His fucking job is to understand how the money flows and where to get the money from and what teams to do
Mm-hmm.
what with the money. And that was his whole career. Now you got
Yeah.
that guy who's used to finagling the money from teams, finagling on the side of the team, is proving to be magic. Because the NBA is upset with the Knicks because they finagled the salary cap. They finagled the CBA, and the NBA is mad. And don't be mad that you got
Right.
played. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Who's done a better job as a former agent? Him or Rob Pelinka?
I would say Leon Rose.
Without T just said it. Rob Pelinka still playing checkers. You really think JJ Redick was the answer to that fiasco in LA? All right. I'm down. Just like everybody, remember, guys, I don't know if y'all remember this. In the beginning of the year, when Golden State was like 5-6 games above 500, Steve Kerr was the next Marlon the Magician. He's playing 10, 12 men. Then all of a sudden they dropped under 500. That rotation went down real quick, didn't it? Did y'all notice that? He ain't playing 10, 12 people no more, is he? Come on, man. Again, you may not be happy with what the Knicks are going through right now, but when you look around the league, man, the Lakers, Phoenix, Golden State, all these high and mighty teams that enjoyed the fruits of their labor, do not get me wrong, but that shit was yesterday. Sooner or later, the new kids on the block start knocking on that door. Then they start kicking the door in. We ain't asking permission no more.
So
And that's, I think, where the Knicks are at right now. They're ready to make that next step. It might not be this year, guys, and I will not lose no sleep because I see where we're going and I see where we came from.
See the bigger picture, yeah.
Right,
Yup,
exactly.
yup.
And,
Right.
and talk about where we came from. Let's go to Tibbs' tenure as a New York Knicks. I said this a few times this season. We start off shaky every time, but the last 2 months of the NBA season, we roll into the playoffs like a steamroller. We catch traction those last 2 months, and we run off a whole bunch of wins, and whatever ground that we usually lack, we've made up. You know what I mean? Talking about all the way back to his first year. Going into like the last 2 to 3 months of the NBA, we were not in the playoffs that first year. We steamrolled our way all the way to the 4th seed. Then we missed the playoffs, and then we came back. We didn't start off the season. That's Jalen Brunson's first season. We didn't start off too great. Then we made the trade for Josh Hart, and then we steamrolled our way into the playoffs that year. Last year didn't start off too great. Then we made the trade for OG Anunoby. We steamrolled January. Then we went on a drought February. February was a horrible month. And then the last 2 months, we steamrolled our way onto second place. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. Like, don't stress. Don't fret. Because I've seen the tendency of this team. Because low key, Coach Tommy T is still tinkering. I think you saw him throw out all those with the bench players against that OKC game early because he knew this game was probably a wash. Let's see what some of these mixtures do. Let's see how Purdy gets some actual game time minutes to see if he's ready to play at this level consistently. I think we're going to start seeing I said it. Pressure Achiuwa not coming back into that OKC game spoke volumes to me. I think we're going to start seeing more Huck Purdy pulling up into these games. Watch. I'm telling you, because there's no reason that Pressure didn't pull back up. We were down by however many, trying to supposedly make a comeback. We're going to see more Huck Purdy. But the message I was trying to convey is we're going to steamroll into a nice position in the playoffs. Hopefully, God willing, we stay healthy. You know what I mean? And we're going to see what the playoffs do.
We got 2 more games, guys, and we're at the halfway point.
Good question here, y'all.
In 2 more games, we'll be 41 games till the season is over after the next 2 games. Right now, it's at 43. So by Wednesday, half the season will be over, guys. And I always say this. Everybody talks about, it's early. It gets late real quick, especially in the NBA because you're playing basically 3 to 4 games a week. So, yeah, while we say, it's early and that game is look how fast we got to the halfway point, guys. And again, with the minutes police, the All-Star break, you get about a 6-week vacation. You come back pretty healthy. You know, the NBA has done everything in their godforsaken power to make this league so soft that people that are talking about this minute shit, come on, man. There's approximately 112 dead minutes every NBA game. Every game.
Yo.
Remember, the game is only 48 minutes. Its runtime is 120 minutes.
Didn't Josh Hart just come? Didn't some of the players just come out and talk about the minutes conversation?
Yeah.
And they were saying it was bullshit. Josh Hart was saying it was bullshit.
They all killed the narrative.
Yeah.
But yet here we are, still with the same shit.
Right. And like I said earlier, T, the guy who's playing the most minutes in the NBA hasn't missed a game since he came out the cradle.
And haven't complained not 1 second.
How do you do that, man?
Yep.
The math ain't math.
I always say, if the players aren't complaining, why are you complaining about it?
You know what's crazy? Because somebody said it. It wasn't a Knicks player that said this, that made this comment. He said, it wasn't a Knicks player, but a player.
Yo, he talking about Don.
He does have that voice. That's a fact. But there's a player that I don't know who said it. I can't remember the player that said it. I know he wasn't a Knick though. He said, "Yo, hoopers want to hoop. They want. They don't. I don't care if I'm tired. I'd rather be on the court than on the bench. I'm a hooper. I want to hoop, and that's a fact. Most players in the NBA are hoopers, dog. Like you do have some people. You do have some people. You do have some people who are just good at the game at basketball and is there for the check. But most of these guys are hoopers.
Right.
They want to be on the court. And I feel like the Knicks are filled with hoopers that want to be on the court. You know what I mean?
I
How
think
much? How
Josh
much
and
time?
Deuce, both of them said they don't even look at Thibodeau because they don't want to get taken out of the game. They want to play.
Again, I said it earlier in the show. Josh Hart was one of those guys that said, when I came in the league, I wasn't that good. I played on bad teams, but I didn't get a lot of run. Now you want me to come out the game? I waited my whole life for this. How
Facts.
much more time we got,
This
Kev?
is
I got
the
to throw a quickie at tea time before we go.
Hey yo,
Yo, this
hey
is a new
yo,
one.
hey
This is a
pause,
new one right here.
pause.
Tibbs is a cancer to the locker room. That's a new
Oh,
one.
Bro,
Lord have
I don't
mercy.
know.
That's
He
a
can't be
new
a Knicks
one.
fan. There's no way
Nah,
he
he
can.
can't
Yo.
be. He
He
can't be.
just
Whoever
capping.
he
He
is, God
capping
bless
big
him,
time
though.
tonight.
But you know what, Ant? We still love him. He's showing
Yeah,
support.
that's right.
We love you, man.
Word.
Shout
Thank you,
out to the
DN.
three new
Appreciate.
shout out to the 3 new subscribers that we got
Facts.
tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
appreciate y'all, man.
shout
Appreciate
out
y'all.
to
Help us get to 500.
shout out to
Support
the
is free.
30 people who's watching us on YouTube right now. But make sure
Facts.
y'all press that like button
Mm-hmm.
because half of y'all didn't.
Appreciate
Make sure
y'all.
y'all press that like button if you ain't subscribed already. Make sure you subscribe, homie. Big
Facts.
facts. You know what I mean?
Word,
But
word, word.
yeah,
Cat.
Herb Williams. Yeah, it was Herb Williams, though. Herb, that's a fan there.
yeah, facts.
Remembering
Yeah,
Herb. Throwback. But T, before I go, T,
yeah,
did the Yankees get over with signing Chaz?
yeah. They did. That was a
Ooh.
fucking steal, bro. Yeah, I saw that.
Not to
That's what I
change
was
the
about to say.
subject, but
I was like, yo, hold
ooh.
No,
on.
listen.
Be real. That can't be real. Yeah,
Come on,
I saw
guys.
the number. That can't be real, dog. That number couldn't have been real. That is the most beautiful thing I've seen ever. You know what I mean?
But
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 yeah,
but
that was
I
a Yankee
but
fan.
this is something that I wanted to talk about though, Dom, because I knew you was coming. I brought it up on the chat. I knew you was coming, so I wanted to talk a little bit
Wait,
about the
hold on.
Yankees.
Dom,
Okay,
hold on. I'm
okay,
sorry,
okay.
Cav. Dom, do you have to leave now?
No, no, not at all.
All right,
I didn't
all
want
right.
to
So
cut the
boom.
basketball
No,
off.
no, no, no. Yeah, we gonna get to that, Kev. We gonna end
Okay,
show with the
I
Yankees, the
Uh,
Yankees and
I
Giants
I
talk.
I I
that's why y'all
I
ain't going to invite me no more. I just keep throwing
No,
apples in your
No,
cart.
we love
Dom,
it.
no,
No,
never.
no,
Never.
no,
Dom,
I'm
no.
just joking, guys. I'm
It's
you're
not
joking.
that.
always
But
welcome.
you did it to me. You
Facts.
did it to me once before, T. We're talking about the Knicks, and you
He
said,
did, yo,
"Hey,
yo,
man, ain't you a Yankee
he's
fan?"
right, yo, he's right. He got you there, T-Time. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna hold you.
Tom, ain't you?
He got,
You turned your hat all sideways. Aren't you a Yankee fan? I
Yeah,
forgot what the
yeah,
hell we were talking about, but
yeah, yeah. You know,
let's wait till we get to that because it ain't that gloomy, guys. Honestly,
yeah. So
maybe it's me.
it's one thing that's on the agenda that we didn't talk about. You know, I hate the hypotheticals. I hate the trade talk rumors.
Oh,
It's not what I like. You know what I mean? I'm not that guy, but it is a part of the nature of being a Knicks fan, right? So we do have to entertain because most of the fan base love this shit. They love the hypotheticals. They love the trade talks. You know what I mean? And I'm here to tell you that I do believe there's a trade coming. I do. I don't know for who or for what,
Or
but
when.
or when, but I do believe there's a trade coming. I don't think it's none of the major pieces, so y'all can get that out the mind. The starting lineup is going to be the starting lineup for sure. Uh, Jericho
Mhm.
Sims might be on the move. Uh, I don't know what we can get for him. I don't know if we have a lot of let's shout out to my guy Jimmy J1 on the
no
job. I
kidding.
see you. Yeah, I mean,
Man, word, Jimmy. Appreciate you, bro.
yeah, I don't know, but I don't know who it's gonna be for, but I definitely see Jericho Sims could possibly be on the move.
Even
Uh,
Precious, bro.
I think Precious as well. Facts. I didn't like what I've been seeing from him this season. I said that before. I don't. He's not the same guy that he was last year. Yeah, I mean, he wanted to be back, but he's not playing like he wanted to be back. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. We do need some support in the big man role, pause. But yeah, tell me your thoughts. And in the comments, tell us your thoughts about who y'all think y'all who's going to get traded, who y'all want. You know what I mean? Let us know in the comments.
let me get
I
out the way real quick. Let me just get out the way real quick. I said the name before on here, and I'm gonna say it again, even though everybody may not approve of the name. I still think the Knicks should go after Jonas Valanciunas.
Oh, bingo. I'm done.
Honest.
I was gonna say that. We could end that conversation. Yeah.
Y'all heard me say it on here. Yeah, if you have been watching the show, and even the panel will tell you, I said the name before earlier in the season. A lot of y'all looked at me with 6 heads, like But guess what? Who called the OG Anunoby trade last year? You're talking to him.
He said he liked Nick Richards.
And him and Mitch's contracts almost mirror each other.
Yep, they do.
Yes, they do. And here's the difference. The difference is Valanciunas is way more offensive. You can get a double-double out of Valanciunas most nights, especially now. I know he's playing. He knows he's playing for a contender. He gonna play.
And
gonna play.
He might, if you leave him alone, he might hit the 3 on you too.
That is a possibility.
Guys, at the end of the day,
a couple on us, I believe.
Right. At the end of the day, it's no shade, guys. At the end of the day, we waited 3 decades for Mitchell Robinson to develop an offensive game. He had. God bless him. He's a great rebounder.
Look,
he gives us second shots, whatever the case may be. But the NBA has changed. I've been saying this for years. It's an offensive-driven league. If this guy could come to us and give us 12 to 13 points, 6 rebounds off the bench, guys, I'm pulling the trigger. I'm driving to New York. I'm going to put Mitch in my Benz, and we're going to take him to the airport.
Listen.
And I'm going to thank you for his service. Like they did me.
Listen.
Thank you for your service.
And listen, not only that, but y'all missed one important thing. He's healthy. He plays.
Thank you. Yeah,
I was just about to get there.
Right.
Trust me.
I thought that was the obvious, Kev. But yeah,
I'm just about to get there. Listen. Y'all heard me say it on this show. This guy could even give you 10 rebounds on certain nights. I'm telling you, This is what I'm saying. Like, listen, you're only adding to what this roster can do, and now you're adding somebody who also spaces the floor better for us. Like that's the other key.
You're not playing 4-on-5. Let's keep it
exactly.
I'm gonna tell you this. It's going to hurt my soul to see Mitch go. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, but Valanciunas he definitely fits. He definitely fits.
You know, that's a guy that me and Fraz spoke about signing in the off season. Not even making a trade because he was out there. During free agency, and me and Fraz were like, "Yo, man, I think that's a guy that we should look at because he's not gonna come at an expensive he's not gonna be that expensive, and he'll be a perfect fit for us." And Washington grabbed him up quick.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they definitely gonna trade him. I mean, they definitely gonna trade him. I mean, because they're obviously going nowhere, and it's a waste for them just to keep him. Like, you can get some benefit. You can probably get a younger player. You know what I mean?
They already have the younger player. They have Marvin Bagley Jr. That's who they're more banking on because they start Marvin Bagley.
I'm just saying, like, in any position for real, and some draft picks, maybe not some first rounders, but you definitely could get a couple second rounders for Valanciunas. Yeah. I mean, he would be a welcome addition. It's another dude that looked exactly like Valanciunas. I can't remember his name right now. I always get them confused.
Vukovic?
Yeah.
I was just about to. I already knew because I heard you speak about that before. I forgot when it was. It was a minute ago.
And then
So PD, you don't think so? You telling me that Tibbs isn't gonna play a guy like Valanciunas on this team? I think. Come on, bro.
He's not gonna play a veteran.
Come on, bro.
He's so capping.
Come on, bro. Like, yo,
So
I can see you really hate Tibbs, bro. I can see your hate for Tibbs is very vivid. It's a very vivid
I need
hate,
to know
bro.
who he
Very
wants
strong.
to replace Tibbs. I need him to put that in the comments. Who's gonna
That's
replace
a fact.
Tibbs?
That's
Give
Army
me
strong.
like five. Give me like 5 names, bro. Give me like
Give me
5
three.
names of
We'll wait.
good
We'll wait
coaches.
because he ain't
Give
gonna
me
be able to
one.
give you 5 names. He
I
ain't gonna
need
be
three.
able to give you 5 names. He ain't gonna be
Yeah.
able to give you
There,
3 names.
there comes
We
there
gonna
comes a t-
wait. We'll be
there comes
waiting a
there,
while. Don't
there comes
worry.
a time, guys, where you just can't stroke the fire no more. Just what
I'm
do they say?
saying
Let sleeping dogs lie.
you know
I
you
told
poked the
y'all
bear a
20
little too
minutes ago.
much, buddy.
I can't do it no more, guys. I can't. I'm getting too old for that shit. Me listening to nah. I'm on the downward slide, fellas. I ain't
Yo,
got
hold
time for
on.
that shit.
Valanciunas is not a great defender, but he ain't no cone, dog.
Who
Like,
cares?
right?
What
He's
do you
Like,
gonna
I
mean?
play
love
with
that
the
saying.
bench.
He's
and
gonna
he's a
What do you
play
def-
defense.
mean?
No, who plays defense in the NBA other than Oklahoma City?
yeah,
right,
I'll
Valanciunas.
wait.
right. I was
I'll wait.
Wait,
right,
wait, wait.
right,
Hold on.
right.
Let me. If I may, let me comment back on that. The point is bringing in Valanciunas. He's not the best defender. He's a mid defender for a center, though. That's the
yo,
point,
and this is
right?
another
Who's a
thing.
great rebounder? Who's a really good
You,
rebounder?
And a great offensive player at that.
the thing about this is
Hmm.
that this is why I'll be like, yo, do y'all really watch these games when y'all say stuff like this at the end? Because
Games ain't even 80 minutes. What the hell?
because no, I know he's over exaggerating. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah,
I
he
know
over
he's over
exaggerated.
exaggerating, but you also know it's not who starts the games with Tibbs, it's who finishes.
Right.
So if somebody's coming off the bench and they're playing at a super high level,
Right.
more than likely, whoever's not in the starting lineup playing at a high level is probably going to be sitting on the bench, and the bench player is going to play. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, are y'all really watching these games, or y'all just commenting, dog? Like, that's kind of crazy.
Hmm
You know what I mean?
You could.
That's facts. Valachunas could pass too. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Thank you. See what I'm
Yep. There
saying?
I
we go.
still
There
don't
go a
see an
smart
answer
man.
as to who's gonna replace Tibbs in that comment.
Because let
Nah,
me
I'm
he
say it
still
for
has
you
it.
waiting.
again,
He has
sis.
it.
Let me
He
say it
He
for
talking
has
a
you
it.
whole
again,
lot,
sis.
but I don't see
Yo,
who's replacing.
Let me
yo,
say it
you
for
know
you
what's
again.
crazy? You know
He
what's
ain't
crazy?
got one.
I was giving him a couple more minutes before you said that. I'm like, yo, I'm giving
Man,
him a few
Nah.
more minutes.
we be done fell
Still,
asleep waiting for that, man. Come on.
PD, are you on Google? Are you Googling the coach? Are
Yeah.
you Googling
It'll
to see
be
who's out there?
it'll be the next day before you even try to have a response because you ain't got one. I know you don't got
No, wait,
He
no,
doesn't
this is
even want to, bro.
no, that's the players.
He turned down the Lakers coaching job to stay in UConn. He did not want to come to the NBA. And Johnny
Mm-mm.
Bryant is doing a great job under Kenny Atkinson right now.
Yeah,
But
he
that's a
said
ready-made team, guys. Come on.
Yep.
Luke Walton. Oh my God, Jesus
But
Christ.
Luke
can I add
Walton.
on to that real quick? Oh no.
Oh, we gotta stop.
Y'all,
We gotta stop,
Uh,
man.
y'all
We're
really
getting out of
wild,
control.
bro. Luke Walton, bro.
Yeah, we're getting out of control, guys.
nah, I was talking
That's how I'm
about
saying we out of control.
Yo, he said Luke
The
Walton.
reservation is empty right now, fellas. The water is gone. The reservation is dry.
Wow.
Knock it off.
Luke Walton,
Damn what my
dog.
voice sounds like. Shit, let's get out of here with
Oh
these clowns.
man.
Come on.
Yeah.
I'm
what
taking
did you
Tibbs
just
over Mike
did
Woodson. Mike Woodson's
did you
way
post
closer.
Luke Walton just to say that you had a name?
Yeah. He was
We're
gonna put
talking
Pat
about
Riley.
we're
Yo,
talking about a
man.
legit name for coaching,
Yeah.
not
Pat
just a
Riley.
name that you're just putting up there.
When he said Johnny Bryant, I'm like, okay, like I like Johnny Bryant. As a matter of fact, he's a guy
We
that
talked about
if
it.
Thibodeau was
Yeah.
to ever if Thibodeau was to ever step down, he's a guy that I would like to see take over the job. Johnny Bryant, absolutely.
Man, I take Maurice
But
Cheeks over Johnny Bryant.
As
Come
much
on,
as I
bro.
like,
okay.
Hold on.
go ahead, sis. Go ahead, sis.
We
Patrick
love
Ewing.
Patrick Ewing. I would
Yes.
never disrespect Patrick Ewing.
No.
As you can
Yeah,
see,
no.
I have a whole wall of Patrick Ewing. But
Ross
he will not
Strickland
be
is
a
not
Knicks
even a
coach.
coach though. When
He
has
will
Ross
not be a
Strickland
Knicks
even
coach.
coached? We
Hold
never
on.
seen Ross Strickland coach anybody.
Hold on, Kev.
He used to be an
Let's
assistant in
let, let,
Kentucky.
let's 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 stay right here. All right. I love Pat. Well,
Yeah.
I would love Pat as an assistant coach for sure, right? But we've seen what Patrick Ewing coaching in the NBA looks like.
Mm.
It's not good. You know what I mean? It's not good. So you want a guy who's never had success as a head coach in the NBA to take over for a guy who's had the most success for your organization in the last 20 years. I
Yo.
just don't know how that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
Jeff Horner said, Jesus Christ.
Yo, that's a lot.
Rod Strickland has been an assistant. I think he's the head coach where y'all live. I think he's the head coach of Long Island University.
Yo, that's
But
crazy.
he was an assistant coach under Kentucky, under Cal, I think.
This is the only viable answer for me. You know what I mean?
Van Gundy? No.
And I'm
You know
still
why?
not.
Hold up.
No,
Go
stop.
ahead.
He's a quitter. I would never. He's a quitter. He is a straight up quitter. Oh, I can't do this no more. To stress. Remember when the Knicks, the wheels. Matter of fact, that was around the time the wheels started coming off the Knicks. Oh my God, the pressure of coaching. The Rockets get Yao Ming and Tracy McGrady, and I'm back in. Shut up, you're a quitter. Nobody likes.
Dom got that one.
He's a
Dom
quitter.
got that one.
Get
For
out
sure,
of here.
Dom got that one. Dom wins that one.
People forget
That
about
ended that argument real fast.
I even heard somebody say, well, he left the Knicks because of Dolan. He's the first person that came out and said it wasn't about Dolan. It was about me. It was about the stress of being a coach. But you ran to Houston, and guess what? You never got out the first round with Yao Ming and Tracy. Shut up. You're a quitter. Stay your ass in Boston.
And he ran Yao Ming to the ground. He ran Yao Ming to the ground.
Facts.
Don't ever bring that name up around me. I get so pissed when I see his name. You quitter.
But the thing
this.
is, like, fans complain about Tibbs and how much of an old school coach he is. But then you mention names like Van Gundy, who's also an old school coach.
Yeah. Get out
But
of here.
The one name that you mentioned, the
one
one
name.
name.
He trained under. He was assistant coach under Van Gundy.
Yeah, get out of here.
But y'all forget to mention the name that he mentioned. He mentioned Luke Walton.
Oh, that went right over our head.
Trash. Trash.
Luke Walton.
Trash.
Yeah,
Words of
get
the
out of
great
here.
Bubba Dub Jr.
Let that one
Trash.
sink in. Let that one sink in. All right, guys.
So boom, another thing before we get into, we're gonna talk about the Yankees for sure, but another thing before we get there, we gotta talk about this January schedule. You know what I mean? We briefly talked about it, how it's rough and things of that nature. Can somebody pull up the schedule for me real quick? And let's talk about that.
14 at home, 4 in a row.
We got the Bucks. We got the Bucks tomorrow, the Pistons, 76ers, Timberwolves, Hawks, the Nets, Sacramento, the Grizzlies, the Nuggets. That's the rest of January.
And how many of them are at home? Most of them are at home. And if you count the Nets, we're playing the Nets in Brooklyn.
That's home.
That's a road
game for us. So we got 15 home games in the month.
Atlanta is technically a home game as well. That's MSG South. So
right.
Well, no, we're playing Atlanta in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll be at the next one in Atlanta.
In
case y'all are interested.
In April?
Yeah.
I'll be there too.
I'm going to that one. I'm going back to Miami in March.
You said April. What's happening in April? My fault.
Yankees. Oh man, you're on my head. Atlanta and the Knicks.
Yeah, April.
Let me give you the date.
In Atlanta.
You going?
Yeah.
I'm going.
I am. Yeah.
You get your tickets yet?
No, it's Frank's birthday though, but we going.
Yeah, I don't even. I got a plan for y'all guys if y'all want to hear it.
I'll take that flight for sure.
Bet.
I got family down there.
April 5th. Here's the thing, guys. If you want, and you want to get on board with these cray-crays that are coming from New York, they do this invading the South routine. You can get hooked up in the suite. It'll be almost equivalent to you buying your own ticket.
I thought
they reserve like 20, 30
if
people.
He was doing, I thought he didn't decide if he was doing Cleveland or Miami.
It's gonna be Atlanta.
Miami.
It was supposed to be Miami or Atlanta, But I think he's leaning, because I told him, I said, it don't matter to me. I'm going to both games. So whether y'all go or not, but that is a possibility, guys. You flip your money for what you would have actually paid for a ticket. You get a ticket to go in the suite, hang out with the rest of the Nick crazies, and you're really kind of getting over, because the seat I'm looking at for myself and my son right now is about $138.
A piece.
And that's going to go up, and I'm going to wait because I don't care. I can drive to Atlanta, so I don't need
So
to
wait a
fly like I
minute.
do
Wait
to
a
go to
minute.
Miami. Huh?
So who's these people y'all talking about though?
Deej, Tony, there's
So
quite a few of them. They
they
just did it.
oh
They just did it in Orlando.
so they driving from out here over there, or they flying? Like what they doing like that?
I
Some
think
of
they.
them will probably drive because it's Atlanta. When they went to Orlando, remember, guys, a lot of us live in the South. A lot of these Knicks fans you see on Twitter, and they live in the South. So the Orlando thing was cool. Like when I went to the game with Miami, guys, I flew round trip for $118. I got there on a Tuesday, flew home 6 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, the night after the game. I didn't have to pay a hotel fee. My son lives there. He lives in Pompano Beach. I go to Atlanta. My sister lives there. So I could drive to Atlanta in 4.5, 5 hours.
Right.
But if y'all want to do that, or you know what, guys, if you want to go solo, we'll still hook up, whichever one of us go.
Dom, when we sign off, don't sign off right away. We're gonna talk about this when we log off the line.
All right.
Yeah. But yeah, we definitely gotta lock in for sure. You know what I mean? But so I got distracted. I don't even remember the schedule.
I'll read it again. Hold on.
Bucks,
Milwaukee.
Pistons.
Oh, okay.
Pistons.
Milwaukee, Detroit,
Yeah, the schedule.
76ers, Minnesota, Atlanta, Brooklyn, Kings, Memphis,
and the
Denver,
Nuggets.
and then that's it. And that's it.
That's really tough.
Yeah,
you know, as Dom said, 14 is home.
Yeah.
14
if you
is
count
home.
the Nets,
And then Brooklyn is 15,
Yeah. All right, facts.
And it's a bunch
home.
of back-to-backs.
How many?
So tomorrow,
Yeah, so
tomorrow
Milwaukee,
in the
Detroit.
tomorrow
Pistons
and Monday.
one.
3.
Yeah.
Tomorrow in the
Three, I think.
Pistons. And then we
Atlanta,
have
Brooklyn,
Atlanta and the Nets.
Brooklyn.
And then we have that's it. Those
And then
two.
that's it.
Oh, it's 2? Okay.
That's it.
Well, no, because then it's
that's two.
the Nuggets on the 29th. Oh yeah. Those two. That's
No,
it.
that's it. And then
okay.
those they get days off in between.
Yeah.
It's 2 or 3.
2.
All right, so that's not that bad.
It's a lot of tough teams, but a lot of them are at home.
But it's those second games where it's like, okay, I'm not taking a loss to Detroit, and I damn sure ain't taking a loss to Brooklyn on that second of a back-to-back.
Didn't Detroit just beat us?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the thing. We got a pretty solid home record. And that bodes well. Cat plays really well in the Garden, really well. That bodes well in our favor. Versus his home versus road numbers is eye catching. You feel me? So that bodes well in our favor. We if we take care of home, and I want to so that it's 18 games this month, right? Because it's 18 games this month. I want to come out this month with a what? 18, 10 and 8, 10 and 8.
Yeah. Since we're already how many games in?
Yeah.
We're quite a few games in already.
We're looking at the roster. I mean, hearing the schedule. It's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a lot of really good teams. So I would really be happy leaving this month 10 and 8. I would really be happy. Now, I mean, of course, I want to be over 500. But 10 and 8 sounds like a really good landing place. I was trying to run through my mind teams that I know we're going to beat, and it wasn't. it's a toss up. Like there's a toss up with some of these games. I know for sure we're gonna beat Brooklyn. That's yep. The Brooklyn fans was trying to troll me today, which was crazy. I don't know how that's even possible, but they were trying.
Man,
We got to
But no.
do some fast moving, T, because we
So-
only have 2 wins this year.
Yeah, that's facts, right? That's facts. And
We can't lose many more to get to 10.
Because how many games we in this so far this year? 4?
Yeah, I think 4 or 5. We only won 2 of them. Magic and forgot who the other one was.
Oh shit!
Raptors.
Yeah, we only won.
Raptors.
Yeah, the
So,
Raptors. We only won 2
no,
games.
we beat the Jazz.
That wasn't this year, was it? That
Yeah,
wasn't
it was the first.
05.
That was the
yeah,
first.
Yeah, yeah, she's right. Yeah.
So you beat the Jazz, the Raptors, and that's it.
So
Okay,
we 3
3.
and 2 this year.
No,
Yep.
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
3.
2 and 3.
3?
Yeah, 2 and 3. Yeah, 2 and 3.
Yeah. So yeah, it's still possible. It's still possible.
No,
We do
2
gotta
and
pick up.
4.
Yeah.
Oh,
we lost
okay,
4
yeah.
games.
We lost 4 games.
Yep.
So that changes. If we get out this month 500, I'll be happy.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought, guys, be honest, somebody asked me it earlier, and I was just looking at the home games. I'm like, shit, we can go 13 and 2, 12 and 2. All the games are at home. And some of the games on the road, we should definitely be able to win them. Like Brooklyn. Brooklyn's a road game, but it's a home game. Still considered a road game, so it would have been a road win. I overshot that shit like, whoa.
Y'all got to give up this narrative that players are physically and mentally shot. Give it up.
Get out of here. Come on. Who's this now?
We
It's
not
a
even
troll
have.
account now. I'm convinced. It's a troll
They
account.
need games off. Oh, Lord. Okay.
Troll account. I'm convinced. I see
I
it.
wanted
Just
a
2
day off,
letters
too.
for the screen name. Yeah, this is a troll account, man.
They want
Can
load
I ask you a
management.
question?
This
Load
dude said
management.
Pack
play
it up,
the
buddy.
bench and the rookies all game. Goodbye.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Do y'all do y'all act like that at work? I'm just saying. I'm just asking.
Man.
I couldn't.
Yo.
I'll be honest. Y'all know what I did for a living, I think. So I couldn't do that shit. Hey, you know what? T, I don't really feel like going this week. I know somebody could take my place.
I'm
We got a million
tired.
soldiers.
I'm too tired.
Yeah, I've had enough of this shit. You know. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Playing a game. It
yeah.
ain't like they ain't getting no days
like-
off.
You taking tired.
And they not
with,
making excuses.
Look. You confusing tired with not being locked in.
Right.
You feel me?
Thank you. Good analogy, T.
I think they weren't locked in.
Right.
And if you ask any of those players were they tired in that OKC game, they will tell you no. If you listen to their post-game interviews, they're telling you that they weren't focused. That's what you're confusing it with. They weren't focused. They were getting beat because they weren't doing the things that they were supposed to do. Josh Hart literally said they were not following the game plan. He literally said that. They were not following the game plan. The things that we practiced, we were not doing. That's what he said. But here y'all go with this narrative because the media is telling you that Coach Tommy T is playing his players too much minutes because the rest of the league is doing this load management bullshit. Cheating the fans out of a genuine experience that they're paying hundreds of dollars for. And y'all think this is the norm now, having to rest players all the fucking time. And the crazy part is coming from people that was in the comments talk about they've been watching Knicks since the last championship. Motherfuckers ain't do no load management. They didn't do no load management.
Pat played on all them broken knees he got.
Gang.
Big gang.
How many times did Jordan play 82 games?
A lot. And this is what I'm saying. It's like they're saying like not being locked in could absolutely translate as looking like lack of hustle and energy by not being locked in. Being locked in is also about effort. Making the second and third plays, rotating and knowing where your rotations is. But if you standing there looking because you're confused, that look like, oh, he's tired. No, They weren't locked in, dog. That's all that was. That's all it was. Players are robots. What are you talking about? Nobody said players are robots.
No, but
And we never, and we, if you watch our show, always say play some bench players. We're
Troll
not for
account.
playing the guys 40 minutes every single night.
Again,
But
again, guys.
when you do play them and they do play 40 minutes, that doesn't excuse what we saw last night. Yes, we want to play, but we also want to compete. And so, like I've said in plenty of shows, it's kind of a double-edged sword where, okay, we play the bench and they get some burn, but then we taking away minutes from our starters still gelling. This isn't a team that has played together for seasons. This is their first season together. They have to still play together.
Here we go with these narratives again, guys. We all know because we watch other than Knick games.
Troll account.
The average team only plays 7, maybe a 9-man rotation. Nobody is doing that. But they only look at the Knicks. We're playing 7, 8 guys.
Talk to them, son.
Yes.
The average team does this.
This is a comment. This is a comment right here. That's a comment.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Who is this? Nick, God bless you. God bless you. You won us over.
Talk to him, son.
Yeah.
You getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars and you want to play 30, 20 minutes? Come on, bro.
And then some people will look at the box score and say, well, you know what?
Then they ain't worth it. Then they
Fries was coach. He ran 9, 10 players last night, but they ain't look at the score. It was a blowout. The average team is running 7, 8-man rotations, man. It ain't just the Knicks.
Dom, you know what's bad funny? Shout out to my guy JJ Jackson that entered the chat. I see you, good brother. Nostalgic Knicks. I see you, good brother. But yo, the crazy part, these fans are arguing against the players who told you that it's cat.
Right.
the players told you that this minute narrative is cat. The players are telling you this. But no, you know more about their bodies than they do. You know more about Josh Hart's body than he does. You know more about Cat's body than he does. You know more about Jalen Brunson's body than he does. The players are telling you this is Cat. You don't have to believe me. It came out the player's mouth, dog. But yet you hear with the same narrative. Oh, they're playing too many minutes. Come on, bro.
T, stop. You're being naive, T. Why would we believe what a player said when I could listen to somebody on Twitter that knows more than Josh Hart?
I believe my eyes more than their words. Oh my God.
Well, you know, Bobby on Twitter told me. Yeah, okay.
Get out of here, bro. Yo, the end, it ain't no malice. All love. Yeah, I mean, this is what we do here, but get out of here, bro.
Way too concerned on ref. These guys. Yeah, no kidding. Who's that? Nick? God bless you too, Nick.
Yeah. And you know, Josh Hart has said this plenty of times. This is what we in the off season, this is what we work out. We prepare our bodies for the long run, for the 82 game season. So these guys work hard to play and to last this long. You know what I mean? So, you know, and time and time again, these guys come and say, yo, we're not worried about minutes. We just have to play better and do better. That's it. Period.
Right. If I wasn't playing good in 33 minutes, was I going to play better in 28?
Right.
I'm on the court less minutes. How can I play better with less minutes? Again, guys, the math sometimes don't be mathing.
Come on.
Now what? Oh, it's time to
listen. No. Listen, Josh.
That's a nasty work comment, bro. Hold on, put that back up. This is a nasty work comment. This comment
troll account. It's a troll account. It's the same person.
Gotta be.
Same person. Bro, you can't fool a computer guy like me, all right? You better try again, bro.
Listen, I think
subscribe for both accounts.
That's right. Press that like button.
Yeah,
That's a fact.
we'll take it. You could be Dr. Frankenstein. Who cares? Just put the like button.
Yo,
Exactly.
yo,
Man,
man,
that's
I'm not
hilarious.
trying to convince you guys anything. You feel me? I'm not trying to convince you guys anything. Y'all obviously gonna believe what y'all gonna believe, but you can't be in my comment section trying to convince me that I shouldn't believe the words of NBA players about their bodies because your eyes told you something different. Fuck out of here. What are you talking about? I don't know. I'm gonna believe your eyes over what Josh Hart's telling me his physical condition is. A guy who's told us that I've stopped eating meat. I'm on a plant-based diet. I got more energy now because I'm on a plant-based diet. Trying to convince Jalen Brunson to do the same. Jalen Brunson probably gets more rest than most of the guys on the team. So does Cat. Our two-star players is getting the most rest. The utility guys are playing more minutes than the guys who got to go get all the buckets.
Facts.
Why are we talking about rest? We need to rest these guys. And then if Tibbs was playing the kids and we were losing games because the bench was losing leads and stupid shit like that, you guys would be here complaining, why did he put Cat back in?
And Cat is number 19 in minutes played. 19.
Bro, you're
Yeah.
violent, bro. Listen, all I'm saying
Drop the
is,
mic.
y'all, you guys are trying to argue results. And that's all I'm saying. It don't make sense.
Drop
It's
the
not
Coach
even
mic.
an
Tommy T.
argument no more, T. That's the part I was trying to say earlier. It's not even
Yeah.
a debate. It's like I
True.
said it, I heard it, it's a fact. I don't care what you five clowns are talking about. What did the guy just say? You can't convince me 2 + 2 is 17. I'm glad we can't convince you of that shit. Or we be some really unintelligent individuals up
Yo,
here.
yo, at the end of the day, it's this, guys. Like, I get it. Y'all don't like Tibbs. Just say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts.
Just say that.
Yeah, facts.
Just say that.
Facts.
But the bullshit y'all trying to feed me that guys are lying
Yeah.
in interviews.
Right.
Josh Hart is a pilot. He's the absolute last one that's going to be. Do y'all not hear Josh Hart talk?
Word.
He's the
I don't
last
think they
one.
listen to him. No.
No.
He's the last one that's going to be a politician, dog. He's the first one that's going to tell you how it is. You know what I mean? Thank you. We knew this
About
already. But
time.
thank you.
About time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all
there
still
you
have
go.
to name the better
Hey.
coach. I'm just saying.
So,
Hey.
But
so look. All right. So boom. All right. Boom. 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 You know,
I
we
ain't a
almost
big
two.
fan of Aaron Boone, but hey, he's the manager. What am I gonna
Yeah.
do?
You feel me?
Right.
Me neither. We Dom, you got perfect timing because I was just about to say it's about
Listen, I'll take Tom Thibodeau over Luke Walton.
Oh,
Yeah,
not me. Not me. Get out of here, Kev. You crazy.
yo, uh,
Fire red, but you watching our show though. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah.
appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe. You know what I mean? We could be that as long as you subscribe and like, homie. You know what I mean?
yo, press the like button, dog. You see me?
Word.
Press the like button. Yeah,
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't know the thing.
Um,
Come on.
Dom hit a nice segue with the Aaron Boone talk. You know, we almost 2 hours in. You know what time it is for your boy. I ain't gonna hold you. Yeah, I'm halfway through this bottle of wine too, for sure. Uh, yeah. So what we was talking about? We was talking about Chaz
Yeah.
and that contract. Yeah, what was the number? Anybody remember the number on Chaz's
One
contract?
year, 5 point something, 5
Yeah, I was gonna
million,
say
I
5
believe.
point something mil.
God damn, that's a
Wow,
steal.
what a steal. What a fucking steal, man. Jesus Christ.
Uh,
Wow, I
But
you
didn't
know,
know the numbers. I did not know the numbers.
yeah,
Wow.
It was his arbitration case. That's why.
yeah,
yeah, it was arbitration. Yeah, it wasn't like he signed the 5 point
Holy
something $1 million.
shit.
yeah.
But then
So
again,
short.
guys,
Okay, that makes
arbitration,
sense.
5 point something mil. The
It
funny
was
That's
thing
still
is, T, I
great.
don't know what he
5.85.
was making before that.
Yep.
Five
I knew.
point
I
eight
just
five.
forgot. I forgot it was the 8. That's why I said
Yeah,
5 point something
Chaz ain't
5.
been in the Chaz ain't been in the league that long. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So that's why his arbitration case gave out that number.
Right.
Uh,
Last year was his 4th year.
yeah. So he's still bound by the team for like another 2 years. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
So yeah,
before he's
he do arbitration next year again, and then he's an unrestricted.
yeah.
Right.
So boom. I
Or the
just hope
Yankees
that
could re-sign him and cut the
yeah. I just hope
bullshit.
Yep.
I hope they do right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I hope they
Right.
just have a plan
Right.
where they're trying to get some other players. I hope that's the case because Chaz is a hell of a player. You know what I mean? The versatility they
Right.
gives you on defense, the different positions he could play. You could put him in the
His
infield. You could put him in the
speed.
outfield. His speed, and he's a solid hitter. Like, yeah, that's a steal. But do y'all guys see any other major moves? Like, is anything on y'all radar that y'all think the Yankees going to do in this offseason that might help us get over that hump?
I think they already did them, T. When you look at how they
Yeah.
I was
strengthened
about
their
to say they did a lot this
yeah,
offseason.
when you see how they strengthened their pitching,
Yeah,
remember,
Mm-hmm.
guys, we're all Yankee fans. We found Weaver as a closer by accident,
Yep.
and
Yep.
now we
Right.
go get a
Right.
closer. Now Weaver could be the setup man, and they're starting pitching. Come on, guys.
Wait.
We
No.
did. Let me say this, Prof. Before
Go
we
ahead.
did
Go
a
ahead.
lot of this shit, guys, and we didn't have to give up Gil. He
Yeah.
was always the name that everybody wanted, and we didn't give him up. We
And
got at
let's
least
not.
5 quality starters.
But you're also forgetting something. We also got another setup man from the Reds in the trade from getting rid of Trevino. I believe that's who went to the Reds, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
the catcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That pitcher from the Reds is another solid bullpen pitcher. All right. To see that the Yankees had a closer and now have two viable setup men. One of them could possibly be another closer.
yo,
I think one more piece, but
yeah, yeah.
hold on. I'll wait. I'll wait. I ain't even gonna. I will. I think the Yankees is gonna go after one more person, whether it's Nolan or Renato. I don't know,
The
but
Yeah,
the
they've been
key to a
talk.
lot of this, guys, is can LeMayu come back? Can LeMayu be
That's the
half of
thing.
what LeMayu
Yes.
was? Because guess what? If he's half of what he was, we shored up our infield. We got
Yeah.
LeMayu at
Mm-hmm.
third, Volpe at short, Chaz playing second, and the Goldschmidt, whatever his name. Do you realize the Yankees now are in possession of 4 MVPs?
that's
Yes.
crazy.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Yes.
That's
That's
crazy.
right. Right.
That's
That's right.
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And let me
Yo,
and
hey,
and
hold on,
and
my
you
fault.
know, like
Hey, Pete, you must be feeling yourself to come in this chat and say these things, right? You,
listen,
yeah.
thank you, Juan Soto. That's all I
Facts.
have
Yeah.
to say. Thank you, Juan
Facts.
Soto, for not signing with the Yankees. I think that you opened. I think that you just poked up a sleeping bear in Brian Cashman because
Yeah.
he's been sleeping for a while now.
He
But
been in
this
he
move,
been in his bag.
Right.
Yeah.
yo,
I think he
yeah,
heard the
before that,
rumblings. He heard the
before
rumblings,
that.
Kev.
Right, because before that he was in hibernation. He wasn't
Yeah.
making moves like this. You know what I'm saying? So I think that losing out to Juan Soto kind of say, yo, I gotta make these
so
moves. I gotta make
so
these
yo
moves. I gotta turn everything. Mm-hmm.
so my fault, Cap. So
Mm-hmm.
talking to knowledgeable Yankee fans, right? Not casuals, you know what I mean? The knowledgeable Yankee fans. A lot of them was like, yeah, I like Soto. He's great, but I didn't want to sign him for all that bread. Like,
Right.
and
Facts.
at first I'm like, man, what the you talking about, man? The guy's amazing. And then I started thinking, like, yo, he gonna be on the team until he like 40 something. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
But here's the funny thing, T, that you try to explain. Like, some Met fans, and I'm not a Yankee fan that hates the Mets. I know a lot of Met fans hate the Yankees. But when I threw this up to them, he's never won an MVP. He's
Mm,
never won a Gold Glove.
mm,
He's never led the league in hitting. He's never led
mm,
the league in anything.
He
So if
misses
you're
a hell of
willing
a
to
lot of
pay him
catches.
$61 million, have at it. But, dear Mr. Cashman, if you was going to pay him $61 million and you missed out, I want to see where that money's going. We better add some pieces with that $61 damn million you was going to pay. And guess what?
They did.
He did.
They
He
did.
did, Aaron. He did. Got to give him
Can I
credit.
add-
He's been sleeping for a while, but just think,
Yes,
I'll
right.
end with this. You got Cody Bellinger's going to play center field. We're going to finally try that kid in left, Dominguez. And you lose Soto in right, and you put Aaron Judge back in right, a two-time MVP. Help me understand this, guys. I'll put it this way.
Right.
Did he change the whole Met structure by going to that team? Was he that one
No.
missing piece? No.
Nah.
No.
He
Was
made
he
it
that
worse.
one missing piece for us? No. Because like I just said, you take him out of right field and we put Aaron Judge back in right field and a Gold Glover and Cody Bellinger in center field.
Talk
And then
about
after
it.
that,
the
we
Mets,
put
the
then
Mets don't have a second man that's better than Judge.
No.
And he
No,
couldn't win
no.
with
They
he
don't
couldn't
have a
win
first
with
man
Judge.
that's better
He's
than
not gonna
Judge.
win with them over there.
But wait,
No.
but wait.
then not only did we do that, but we put a Gold Glove at first base,
Yeah.
right?
And an MVP.
And then MVP. Then we got a real good starting pitcher in return. And then after that we was able to trade for a real good closer that we needed desperately. So you know,
I want to
I'm
add
telling you
on
guys,
to
the key is LeMahieu.
There's one thing about Soto. There's one thing about Soto, and I hope AP's still here. Listen here, AP, all right, and all Mets fans who are here. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. Have y'all even reviewed Juan Soto's play in the field at Citi Field? He's played like trash in the field. How many errors has he had at Citi Field in right field? And y'all sitting here bragging about having to sell 2 minor league teams to sign this man? Hold on, man. Wait a minute. Let me go in now. It's my turn. It's Brad's turn to go in.
Brad, hold on. You just broke some news to me because I don't pay attention to Net stuff. You said they had to sell 2
So the
minor league teams?
EPS,
Yes.
the EPS,
The Syracuse Mets. And what was the other team, Kev? I forgot because you know, Kev, we talk about this all the time.
The one in Long Island?
Yeah, the
There's
one
something-
in Long Island.
Yes, absolutely correct. Thank you. That was it. Yes, T-Time. I understand that this is breaking news to you, but you had to really look into the aesthetics of it, all right? They had to sell 2 minor league teams to sign a guy who struggled in his career at Citi Field.
you should be ashamed of yourself, AP.
Oh, look at that.
Trash.
You should be ashamed.
Get him out of here. Pack him up.
Yes,
Get out of here.
oh.
Pack him up. Pack him up. Hang him up.
But
You are
listen,
officially packed up.
Y'all
baby.
do know I
But
was
guys-
born in the Bronx. I cannot
Packed up.
imagine.
yo,
Early.
I grew
He's
up
packed
with a
up
mother.
early.
My mother was a Yankee fan from,
oh, man.
I could not
That's
imagine
funny,
me coming
'cause-
home and saying, Ma, guess what? I'm a Met fan.
You know what's
Pack him
crazy?
up.
We wouldn't be having this conversation today.
You know
Pack
what's
him up.
crazy? My father and my uncle, they both grew up in the Bronx.
Oh,
Yo,
I
that's
was having
crazy,
a conversation
bro.
with somebody the other
Wow.
day.
They both
Wow.
Met fans.
Remember
My
back in the
father-
day when we used to have
Uncle said he's a Mets fan.
when rap music was first kicking off, and we had that spot in the Bronx called the Fever. I don't know if y'all's history takes y'all back that far, but I was explaining to somebody that brought it up. I was like, you do realize the Fever was like 6 blocks away from Yankee Stadium. Again, I'm from the Bronx, so I've been to both places. I grew up in Yankee Stadium. So I couldn't imagine being from the Bronx and saying, I'm a Met. Nothing against the Mets. Please, people, don't take this wrong. I'm just saying, geographically, historically, having the batshit crazy mother I had saying I'm a Met fan, nah, that wouldn't go over too well, guys. But again, this guy has won no major awards. None. MVP, Gold Glove, whatever. He's not one. Again, God bless the Mets. you say you got the richest owner in baseball, but we're the richest team in baseball.
Mm.
How
So
rich is their owner if they sold 2 minor league teams?
That's a
That's what I
fact.
want to know.
he used that
But
as collateral.
listen,
What you
Hey, God,
mean?
you know
That's
what?
what I want to know.
God bless him. If he can do that, God bless him. I can't see. Again, I am not one of those fans that, and not because the Yankees didn't sign him. I already came to the conclusion that, you know what? I give the guy credit for honesty. Y'all remember, I'm going to the highest bidder. He said that shit, not me. I'm going to go to the highest bidder. And he went to the highest bidder. Granted, they were across town in Queens, but he went to the highest bidder. And I'm
Can I?
glad
We're
the
Can
not
Yankees
saying
didn't
he's
do the
not a
dumb shit
great
they
player.
normally do
We're
and
saying he's
up
exactly?
the
not
ante.
worth that money. That's all we're saying.
No,
He's not worth
no.
that
Exactly.
money.
You're not. And as a matter of fact, AP, he actually did have a great year in the Yankees.
Yes, of course.
He hit 40 home runs. What are
For
you
the first
talking
time in his
about?
he hit
career.
Exactly.
he
Hold
hit
on.
us to the World
Just
Series.
Knicks in the building.
He hit that because he was covered by Aaron Judge. That's
Aaron
Right,
Judge,
exactly.
exactly. The best player on the
And
Yankees.
And the
if I
short
may
porch in right
add,
Best
field.
player on the
if I
Yankees.
may add, Yankee Stadium is one of the only stadiums that you can hit home runs throughout the whole back because of how low the wall is. So
yeah.
Right.
his numbers are super inflated based off of how much he played at Yankee Stadium.
Right. And we all know the short porch and right field, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, again, I
What?
am not taking nothing away from him or the Yankees. I mean, the Mets. I just think that at that price, when the Yankees hit the pause button, all I thought about was if you were going to spend that money on one guy, you better put up. You better go get some other players for that $60 million damn dollars. And you know
So
what?
They did.
I gotta
so
say
so
I'm happy.
so Dom.
Wait.
Wait, let me say one more thing, T.
Yeah.
With the Yankees getting Soto, this threw Met fans for a loop. You're still the third best team in your division.
Facts.
Yeah. So
Facts.
so so the question I
Right,
was going to ask is
right.
kind of on the line of but to the Yankees. Do you think the moves that they made thus far is what's the moves that's going to get the Yankees over the hump to the World Series?
They're going back.
They're
They
going to
may
the
lose
World
to the
Series.
Dodgers again, but
They're going
because
back.
you know what? The
And
Dodgers have
listen,
become
let's
the
not
evil
forget.
empire. Let's just keep it a buck, man. I mean,
I think what kept us out of winning the World Series was their pitching is better. You feel
yeah,
me?
of
I
course.
think it's as simple as that. And because I'm a lot of the I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been locked in on the Yankees postseason moves. Uh, but I'm listening to y'all. It seemed like they remedy a lot of their pitching troubles.
Hell
Yeah.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
again,
listen, and they're
T,
not
Damn
finished.
near all of it.
They're not
right.
finished.
Again, T,
Yeah, I was just about to say, Kev, you know what I was about
the
to say.
biggest move is good. They got all the other pieces in place. The
Hmm.
outfield, the pitching, the closer, the setup. The biggest move they're going to be able to make is a guy within their own system. DJ LeMahieu got to go back to being shit. I'll give him a third of DJ LeMahieu. If
Mm.
he could play third base consistently, guys, because now
Yeah.
But
you
you
got
gotta
Jazz who's going to give you that speed. And let's not get it twisted, man. It ain't like LeMahieu was a bum in the field. He was a
Yeah.
Gold Glover. He was an
Ja-
MVP or
yeah.
excuse me, a batting
Well,
champ. He ain't
Hmm.
no
Jazz hit
bum.
home
hmm
runs too. What you
Right. So if
mean?
he could
Jazz.
just be a third of him, we know Volpe's going to be a good shortstop. He's not going to
Mm.
be Derek Jeter, but he's going to be solid. So again,
Volpe's
they
still
no,
shored
Volpe's
up.
still very young.
He's
Yeah,
He's
they
still
super
got
shored up
young.
a lot of spots, guys. The only thing I'm worried about again is third base. I mean, push come to shove, guys. You said it the last time we brought it up. See, shit, he plays third base pretty well too. Talking about Jazz.
yeah.
Remember, here's a guy that
Yeah.
was a center fielder, second baseman, thrown on third base, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so if
Yeah.
we got that as a get out of jail free card in case LeMahieu don't become,
You know.
then we got to shore up second base again. We got rid of Torres. God bless his soul.
Hmm.
We've talked
hmm
about that too. You know, him
Yeah.
and his big mouth.
He
You're
And
was
no,
a he
gone.
was
don't
a mess.
forget though. Don't forget another thing. They making more moves because they even trying to trade Strowman. They're
Yeah,
Oh
trying to
they
yeah,
ain't
put
they
getting
want
nothing
him
Strowman
out
out
in
of
of
a
him.
there.
trade somewhere. So
I
Yeah,
agree with
they're
they
that.
not
ain't getting nothing
finished.
for him, Kev.
They
I
not
hate to say
finished
that,
though.
but I always like Stroman, but at this
I
stage of
like
the
Strowman
game,
too.
you'd be lucky to get a Carvel ice cream cone for his ass. I
That's
mean,
crazy.
Bro.
because
I wanted to
everybody
kill
put
him.
one
I
and
went
one
to the
together. He's good. He's good for the first month and a half, 2 months, and then
Yeah.
he becomes Strowman again.
That's crazy, Dom. And that's funny, Dom, that you said that because that's something that me and you, we always said it from the first time we signed him. The biggest thing with him is that he cannot finish the season. He can never
No,
finish the season
no.
That's
on a good
fire.
note.
I didn't even know you had that. I didn't know you had that.
I seen
my
that.
whole
I
arm is
seen that.
Yankee Stadium.
Word, get it right.
I'm
Get it
telling you,
right, AP.
if we get LeMayu to play ball and give us 130, 140 games, maybe 135, we're golden, guys. We're that
Wait, wait,
infield.
wait,
Yeah.
wait. Y'all forgetting one thing, and Kev knows this because we've talked about this as well. The Yankees are also in talks right now with Rory Sasaki,
Oh,
the
he's gonna
most
go to the
recent
Dodgers.
Japanese. Not necessarily,
Oh,
my
yo,
friend.
that's
It's that
crazy. I
Pacific
Not
told my
Ocean thing,
pops the
guys.
same thing,
necessarily.
Dom. I told my pops the same thing, Dom.
Bro,
I
you,
told my
Yeah,
pops the
Dom,
same thing.
Dom. You have to remember something, Dom. The Dodgers already used up a lot of their cap.
they don't give two shits. This is baseball, man.
Yeah,
This
Nah,
ain't the
nah,
NBA.
true,
nah,
true.
nah. There, listen, nah. If that's the case, they would have. If that was the case, they would have went all out even further last season, bro.
They
The
did.
Dodgers
Look
gonna
what
have
else
to
did
do
they
Nah,
ever
something
got?
they were
because
limited
they
after they
lost
got.
Freeman for the season.
Remember,
They gotta do something.
Flaherty was the last. Flaherty was the last. What you call it?
You know what?
Remember?
Well, remember, you got to
In
remember
baseball,
though.
Franz, if you go over the salary cap, that means some of your money, your penalty, whatever it is, goes to teams like Kansas City, Detroit.
Right,
So
right,
who
right.
gives a shit? They
Champa,
still ain't gonna be good. But it's a
but
weird thing, Franz, because if you check it out, all the Japanese players going all the way back to Suzuki, Ichiro, they all tend because of the distance. The Pacific Ocean goes that way. We're closer to the Atlantic Ocean. They're not from Europe, so they're not going that way. It's a geographical thing with these. God, don't get me wrong, Franz. I would love the Yankees to get him. But again, history has shown geographically that these dudes want to be closer to the Pacific Ocean than the Atlantic Ocean.
but I
I
could
I
mean,
don't
it
see
know.
sounds
why
weird,
Fraz would
but
say that though. I could see
I
why
don't know.
Fraz would say that though because Otani did take Otani's contract is kind of
yeah,
weird. He
don't
took
kick
less
into it with
money.
all dead.
He
Yeah,
took right.
that was a
So
slick
so
move,
so I
guys.
think that's so I think that's the reason why the Dodgers are able to make certain moves because they didn't pay all that money up front like Juan Soto, like the
Right.
Mets, the Mets and Juan Soto, they gotta pay all that shit up front.
Yo,
So when it
his
comes to the
contract
Dodgers,
was
so I can see
retarded.
why
But
the
guess what?
so
With his
so I could
contract,
s-
guys, y'all read that shit?
1 second, y'all. My fault. Sis, can you put that? This is the ish part of Nick's the ish comment back up again?
she
Because
did that already. She did that
no, no,
already.
I want to put it back up.
She,
Yeah, yeah, thank you. That's it.
oh, okay. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
leave it
so
there.
so this is the only reason why I think the Dodgers are able to make and moves like that. So I think that's why Fraz had mentioned the Dodgers and him, for that.
Yeah,
That's
because
why I said that.
Otani only makes 2 million every year,
Right.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah,
let me
right,
add on. Let me
right,
and
add
the
on.
right,
rest he gets paid after he's done playing baseball.
right.
And let
So
me add on to that.
basically, he's gonna be the next Bobby Bonilla of the LA Dodgers.
Right. And it
Uh,
You
won't be
talking
the
about
first
son?
time, guys.
You talking about the son that's still getting paid like 2 million every year
Yeah.
or some shit like
Yeah.
$1
that?
million
Yeah.
And he ain't the only
every
guy.
year.
Hey, believe it or not,
Yeah,
guys, believe it or not,
But
there's
wait,
plenty
but
of
wait.
players in Major League Baseball. I think I told y'all. I went to high school with Bobby Bonilla. We were on the same high school team.
That's crazy.
oh
He was a
wow,
little fat. He
that
was a
shit's
little fat
crazy.
kid playing the outfield. And
That's
we had
hilarious.
different paths. I chose the Army. He chose baseball. God bless him. But there's a lot of players that have them stupid ass contracts
Yo,
that get
that
paid
deferred
until,
contract is crazy. I'm looking at
yeah,
it. So he
Wait.
gets
yeah,
paid 2 million from 2024 to 2033, And then
Yes. Yeah.
2034 to 2043, he gets 68 million
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yo, but that's what
But
yo,
y'all
that's
did
of
read the
the
fine
crazy.
all his
print.
deferred money.
Did y'all check out the fine print in Soto's contract?
No.
That shit could balloon to plus 40 million after 4 years.
Yeah, it could
If
go
it
to
Yeah.
makes it that far.
class 80 million a year, right?
Yeah. That shit could balloon
I think after
extra 40
5,
mil.
And it was like
But wait,
but I
$75 million
The
signing
Mets are
bonus.
crazy, guys. I'll be honest.
wait,
They're crazy.
yo,
wait,
but I
wait,
think
wait,
after 5 years he can opt out though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or get
wait.
40 extra mil.
Or they could release him.
Hold
Or
on,
he could
wait,
get,
wait,
if he opts in, he could get 40 extra mil.
wait.
That's crazy.
Can I add on to the Dodgers thing real quick? If the
Ooh.
Dodgers had the bread, right? Why they didn't re-sign Bueller?
Eh. Did they really need him? I mean,
Ye- Bruh, if
the
they
Dodgers are stacked, guys. I hate to say this because I hate anything California, but them fuckers are stacked, man. They're
yeah,
gonna win the World Series again next year. I hate to say it,
maybe,
but
maybe
yeah.
we
The only
got
person,
not if
the
we,
only team that can stop him is the Yankees. Can't
yeah, we
nobody
got
in the
something to say
National League
about that.
stop
That's a
him. Like I
fact.
just
Yeah.
said, you spent $1 zillion, sold two minor league teams, as Fry says, and you're
And
still the
They
third best
did.
team
It
in
was
your
public.
division.
This was out there. I'm
Yeah.
surprised T-Time didn't even
Are
see
they
the publication.
are they
This is
better
a
than
valid.
Atlanta?
There's a valid article on this and all of that,
Yeah.
bro.
They're not better than
Me and
Atlanta,
Kev talk
and
about
they're
this a
not better
number of
than Philly.
mornings.
You're the
yo,
It's
third
a
best
fact. They
team in your
never will
division.
be. They
the
never
reason
will
why I
be.
didn't see it is because once Soto signed, my initial reaction was like, man, fuck those guys. And I didn't want to see anything else. And
Right.
that's just where it was, you know what I mean?
Hey.
But yo, one more stop on the end-ish part of this show. Uh, let's talk about the Giants, guys.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm
what
a
do
Third
Jets
we?
fan,
pick.
so I can't complain. I mean, shit.
Oh, you could talk about that too, because I love
No, please.
that's part of joy. Shitting on the Jets bring me joy. You feel me?
Third
God.
third pick this year. Cam Ward. I'm just gonna say it. Cam
You
Ward.
think he would drop the third? I think he might go first, honestly.
No, well,
Well,
you don't think Shador is gonna go to Tennessee? They need a quarterback.
I heard Prime don't want him to go to Tennessee.
Yeah, he going to Las Vegas, and Dion's going to
Prime,
coach the
Prime,
Raiders.
yeah.
Prime does want him to
Yo,
go to New York.
and you remember Fraz, you remember this is one of the reasons why I was shying. I said, listen, the only thing that worries me about Shador Sanders is Deion Sanders. See,
Yes.
he already started. I don't want my son going to Tennessee. I
All
don't
right.
want my son going to yo, that's the problem that I have. That's my
Can't be
biggest gripe with
yo,
it,
Kev.
yo.
You know
Yeah.
why I can't be mad? Because that worked out for us with Eli.
True.
Yeah.
Eli did
Yeah.
the same shit happened, so I can't be mad. Where Eli was supposed to go, and they was like, nah.
San
San
Diego.
Diego.
Austin Rivers was supposed to be our quarterback. Remember?
Philip
And
Rivers.
I
and
mean,
they,
yeah, you
Nah,
Rivers. You know who
He
I
Philip.
mean.
said
You're right.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers.
Yes, he's right. I had the wrong Rivers. He know who I mean. No, I know.
I'm telling Doc on you.
and Archie Manning was like, hell nah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
really even be mad at that.
yeah.
The fact that this is the case with Shador worries me as far as us landing one of those two quarterbacks in the top three. Uh, I for whatever reason, who got the number one pick? And not
Tennessee.
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 yeah,
Yeah.
they're definitely taking Cam Ward. You know what I mean? They're definitely taking Cam Ward.
I'm gonna be sick.
No, they definitely
Well,
taking him.
yeah, we
And
we gotta see. Like you gotta see like how right now that's what the mock drafts and all that say, but you still got to see how well they do in the combine when they do the whole combine stuff, because sometimes when they don't do well on the combine, their
Their stock drops.
you know
Their draft
their
stock goes
stock
down.
drops.
I hear
Right,
that, Kev.
right,
What what
right.
what, what Caleb
So
Williams did last year in the combine? Nothing, because he didn't
Nothing.
participate.
nah, listen, listen.
he
I'm
didn't
just
participate.
that's the way
And
it works.
hold on, Kev. And the reason why I brought up Caleb Williams is because we're talking about Cam Ward, the same guy who left halfway through a bowl game for whatever reason. You think he's participating in the combine? You think that guy's going to risk dropping his draft stock in the combine? Nah, he's not. I don't think he's
Mm,
participating at all, and he's still going to go number one because the game takes tell you everything you need to know about the kid. He's
right.
good. He got that
I
Mahomes.
know
He
that.
got that
Yeah.
Mahomes magic style of play. This shit is fucking amazing watching him play football at quarterback. I'm like, yo, how did he make that pass type shit? And he got wheels. You know what I mean? He's not Lamar Jackson by any means, but he got wheels. He's going number one. I think he's going number one. You know what I mean? And I think we're going to be stuck with a dilemma. And listen, I wouldn't be me if I didn't keep it real, y'all. Let's keep it a buck. I wouldn't be me if I didn't keep it real. I'm worried about the Morris drafting a black quarterback. It's never happened. You know what I mean? I'm worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not making this up, or it's never happened. We've never had a start.
History.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've never had a
Because
start
Hmm.
in black quarterback ever.
because of what's his name not being coming, he might not come back again this year. Watson
Who? Watson?
on Cleveland. Do you think
Yeah, yeah.
Cleveland's
He
going to
took.
pass up on Sanders?
No.
One mock draft has them taking Travis Hunter. One has them taking
Right.
Sanders. One has them taking Sanders.
Well,
The Giants
I,
taking
I have a little insight on
Sanders.
the Browns quarterback situation. So if I may interject just for a couple seconds, they
Here we
did
go.
draft Dorian. They did draft Dorian Thompson Robinson from UCLA as one of their backups, and they have this other kid Brandon Zappi who's pretty decent. Yeah, it's another young quarterback. So for me personally, I don't necessarily see the Browns drafting a quarterback.
One of the mock drafts have them taking that Hunter kid from Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one mock draft has them taking Sanders. And one mock draft that has Hunter going to Cleveland got the
Yeah.
Giants taking Sanders
Yeah. Me
Right.
personally, I think Travis Hunter is the best player in the
in
draft.
the draft.
Hands down. I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So who
So
they
it's
got
also
going number one? Y'all brought him up, Cam Ward.
And
yeah.
Is
to
he
be
going to take
honest with
Cam
you, and
Ward?
to be honest with you, I'm sorry, Dom. Go ahead, Dom.
No. No, I'm just saying. I think T brought up Cam Ward.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's going to go number one because Tennessee needs a quarterback. But after that, it's a crapshoot, man. I'm telling you, I heard some story that Dion's going to try to hold out till
Vegas.
the fifth pick, the sixth pick, or Vegas trades up with Cleveland because Cleveland may not need a quarterback if they have faith in Deshaun Watson, and he's going to go coach the Raiders.
Mm.
So they
Well,
did
I
just
mean,
fire
don't.
Again,
Antonio
that's
Pierce.
that's some
Yeah,
rumor
they just
central
figured
shit,
that.
but
Yeah, yeah. I saw that. I saw that. But don't
yeah,
forget, the Giants. The Giants are in need of a wide receiver slash kind of corner. So
We need. I
even
wouldn't be
though
mad at that neither.
I wouldn't
Travis
be
Hunter
mad.
and
Listen,
neighbors. Travis Hunter
that's
and
what I'm
neighbors are
saying.
crazy.
That's what
I
I
think they
mean.
need a
Crazy.
quarterback more than a
That's what I'm
receiver,
saying.
guys. And I'm not no football guru,
No,
but
I do think that too. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. I agree with you, Dom. I agree with you. But if at 3 you got Cam Ward and Sanders is out, and you got somebody like that there, which you have a need because you need to put somebody next to Malik Neighbors at the 2 spot, and he could
Mm.
play the corner, and we need a corner.
But
He
wait,
could
but
play both
wait, but
those
wait,
positions.
but wait, but wait.
So
Let's
check
think
it.
about this for a minute. We still had 1,000 yard receiver and rusher as rookies without a
So
quarterback.
boom. This is what I'm saying. You kind of segue exactly to what I was saying. If if for whatever reason we take Travis Hunter, we need a game managing quarterback. somebody that is
Right.
competent enough to pass the ball, right? And just don't turn it over. You know what I mean? We need one of them quarterbacks. If we got Malik Neighbors and we got Travis Hunter, we need one of those quarterbacks, not a gunslinger, not somebody that's going to wow you with their arm, but somebody who's not going to turn the ball over and can hit. Because Malik Neighbors so much don't strike me as a deep threat. You know what I mean? Like to me, he's more of a what you would call it, slant slash crossing route type receiver that could get you yards after the catch. I feel the same way about Travis Hunter. He's not so much as the guy who's going to blow you away with blinding speed, and I think he's more of a slant slash crossing route type player. And if you get a quarterback who's competent with the rush, especially with the running back, that Singletary is tough. You know what I mean? He's tough.
Mhm.
I think you rebuild that fucking line. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I don't think the line was that bad this year. Be perfectly honest. I think Daniel Jones gave them a shit time with his indecision and fucking taking forever to pass the football. Kev hate when I talk about Daniel Jones like this.
I
That's
was
his
about
boy.
to say, wait,
Kev hate that
can I
shit.
quote? I was just
But
about to ask if I could quote Kev real quick and say, once Andrew Thomas went down, it was a wrap. Go ahead, say it, Kev. Once Andrew Thomas went
Yo,
down, it
uh,
was over after that. Man.
I
I
say
know.
it all the time, man. Listen, I say it all the
Yeah,
time. People like to throw that everything at DJ, but we all know that wasn't the case, bro. You know what I
yeah.
mean? We all knew what kind of team
Nah, we don't all
this
know
front
that. We
office.
don't all know that, Kev.
Oh yes, we do. Oh yes,
I
we
don't know
do.
that.
Because
I don't know that.
listen, when they put decent pieces around him in that first year, we saw what kind of player Daniel Jones was. When Brian Dable went and switched everything up and started doing everything the opposite way, it all fell apart.
Now,
It's in the
here's my
and facts are facts. Facts are facts. The numbers speak for itself. His best season under Brian Dables, he threw for almost 3,500 yards and ran for 700 yards. He did it.
my
And won
problem.
and we won a playoff game and everything when he had a decent O line.
He won that playoff game mostly off his legs, not off his arm. My problem with Daniel Jones is he needs to see the pass to throw the pass.
He
And
gets
in the
too
N-
flustered too fast.
and in the NFL, that shit is a recipe for disaster because you have to anticipate and throw before you see the pass happening. He needs to see the man open to throw it to him. And that's my biggest gripe with him. It be so many times I'll be watching the game and he be in a pocket and he has a clean pocket and I'm yelling, throw the ball! Because he's standing there like, and then when
Or he got
uh,
or you don't never mention the one thing you don't never mention that by the time it's time to throw the ball, he got like 30 dudes on him already. You don't never mention that.
no, no,
You
no,
don't
no,
never
no.
mention that. You always
Okay, hold
shy
on.
away from that part,
I
T
don't.
time.
I don't.
Yes, you do,
I
buddy.
no no
Yes, you
no.
do. I've
Listen,
known you
no
for
no
many
no
years.
no
I've known you
no.
for
I
many years,
literally
T time. You
I'm
always shy
literally
away from that part.
I'm literally telling you about the time that he has a clean pocket and take too long to
But
pass the ball. You know what I mean?
even when he had the
No, no,
clean
Kev.
pocket, yes,
No,
yes,
no,
I've
no.
watched
I'm
Giant
not talking.
games plenty of times, bro.
Yo, Kev, me too. What are you talking about? I'm a Giants fan too. What I'm saying is this, right? I'm saying sometimes you're right. The pocket collapse. We spoke about that years before. Now, and I'm not talking about this season. I'm talking about the season before when he was getting his ass kicked and tackled every 5 seconds. We was on the same page. It was like that. That's bad. He don't have time to pass the
Mm-hmm.
ball. But especially this season in particular, I've seen times where there's times where he has a clean pocket and he's holding on to the fucking football because he needs to literally visually see the guy wide open to pass the fucking football. And that's nasty work in the NFL. That's why I don't like him. Do I think he's a horrible quarterback? No. I think he can work at somewhere he'll work. Somewhere he'll work. But
Just
for
not
what
here.
I need, For what I need from my quarterback, he's not the guy. He's not the guy, bro. He's not the guy. I don't think we should ever drafted him. You know what I mean? I don't think we should ever drafted him. I think we should have got a real
I can
fucking
agree with
quarterback.
that one. I can agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, we
Now,
should have never.
That was
We should
kind
have
of a
never drafted
shocker. I think that was a kind of shock. That was a shocker draft. I think everybody was shocked when we made that pick.
him. Me, you both was shot, Kev. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
y'all thought y'all were getting the shoot. Y'all thought y'all were getting the shooting forward from Duke, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we gotta be honest though. There's not many great quarterbacks come out of Duke. I mean,
Hold on, Uncle Paulie. First of
Yo,
all,
that was crazy.
you pulled up wild late.
Super late. Super late.
We was talking about the Yankees for mad long too. We was talking about the Yankees for mad long.
Word.
But yeah,
Paulie.
but yeah, man. You know, I hope this draft works out in our favor. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
We definitely need a quarterback. I wouldn't be mad
For sure.
for whatever reason if Travis Hunter possibly fell to the third. Like, why would you be mad at getting a Heisman Trophy winner? That just don't make sense, right?
Yeah.
So,
For real.
but
Listen,
realistically,
Cleveland is a stupid team. You know, Cleveland has done a lot of stupid shit throughout the years. Okay, so let's not. They might just go ahead and grab somebody that out of nowhere, and then one of those guys land to us.
So, Kev, we haven't spoken about this because life be lifing. You know what I mean? My man Kev got wild kids. he be busy. He be busy. You know what I mean? Being super dad and all that shit, right? Shout out to my boy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Kev being super dad. Facts. But did you see the video of the Giants talking about Saquon and what to do with him?
Yeah, that was
You see
nasty
video?
work. That was nasty work.
It's the nastiest shit I've ever seen in my life, Kev. I've never seen anything this nasty before. The inside working of the front office of an organization saying the things that they were saying about Saquon. Everybody needs to be fucking fired except for what's the son of the old boy? What's old boy's son name? That was in the room. That was standing up for Saquon.
Who, John
I
Mara?
forgot.
One of the kids was in there, and they were standing up for Saquon, and was like, "Nah, I think we should give him this bread type shit." And everybody else was like, are we going to give this guy this kind of money? And then I don't know nobody in the front office name because fuck those guys, right?
Joe Shane, and I know.
He was sitting behind the desk, right? And he was like, "Yeah, this is Saquon had his time. This is Daniel Jones' time now." I want to cry. I almost threw up, Kev.
But listen to Joe Shane's credit though. Okay, we had offered Saquon a few contracts, and he had turned them down. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they had offered him the same contract the Eagles offered him, the same kind of contract. And he took the Eagles. I mean, this is what
He
what
took
was
$3
told.
million more. He took $3 million more.
Right.
And he went to a better situation, guys. Come on.
And he went to a better situation. Right.
Okay.
So I think the fact that the winning is what made really Saquon leave the Giants. I think it was less about the money and more about the winning.
Nah, I think it was about the money too.
Of course.
Think about it like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
You know for a fact, right? Say for instance, right? We play for a team, me and you, Kev. And I'm just going to throw random numbers out. Say for instance, the team give me $40 million per. You know what I mean? And you happy for me, like, yeah. And then they offer you like, yeah, well, we're gonna give you 30. But you know for a fact, I'm way nicer than this nigga. Why am I gonna take 30 million from you guys that just gave this guy 40 and y'all know I'm better than him? Way better. It's not even close. It's not even deniable. There's no argument. We know who's the guy for real. I'm leaving. I'm
Yeah.
leaving. Obviously, you don't value who I am as a player. I'm out. And so I think it was more of that than just the winning. The winning situation absolutely helped. Don't get me wrong, right? Like going to a winning situation, but I also think it was more like, yeah, I'm gonna stick it to these motherfuckers.
We remember though too, guys. He had, and again, I got to take Saquon's back. I'm a Penn State alum like him, but remember he was born in the Bronx, moved to Whitehall
Mm-hmm.
Township in Pennsylvania, which is a hop, skip, and a jump,
Right.
probably 45 minutes to an hour to Philadelphia. He went to Penn State. I'm not saying geographically he chose Philadelphia over New Jersey, geographically, but I'm just a lot of the cards aligned. And you know what? In some ways, I mean, I'm happy for him because I thought he was going to get crippled playing for the Giants with that offensive line. So, and guess what, guys? I think the Eagles did some Bush League shit, not letting him play that last game. I don't care what you say about if your team wasn't going to the playoffs, would you sacrifice the lamb then for him to get a record? Would that be cool? Because we're out of it, so we don't give a shit if he gets hurt trying to get the record. That's Bush League shit, man. Put him out there for a half. Let him try to get the record.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit what Eric Dickerson
Yeah.
says. He still would have had 100 and something less carries than Eric Dickerson in an extra game. Give the guy an opportunity, man. These records don't come, but every so often. I mean, come on. That's Bush League shit, man. I mean, I don't like Philadelphia to begin with, but that was some real Bush League shit. And like I said, guys, in other words, hey, T, we ain't got no chance of making the playoffs. We don't give a shit if you break your leg. Just try to get the record. I mean, really? That's Bush League,
But
man.
Wait,
the only thing,
wait.
go ahead, Fred.
He was asked if he
Right.
would.
I was reading
He
that.
was asked about that. He was asked about the
Mhm.
record, and he did say that he wasn't worried about getting the record.
But
So
you heard
He
his
said he wanted the
undertone.
Yankee. He said he
He
wanted
did.
Yeah,
the
but
Yankee.
you heard his undertone. He spoke about
Mhm.
them young boys during the season too. But if you heard his
Yeah.
undertone was more like, you know what, T really don't want me to play, but they're trying to pin the shit on me, making me make a decision when y'all are in charge. Hey,
Exactly.
Kev, get out there and go for what you know. Again, if you weren't going to the playoffs, you didn't give two shits about him getting hurt. Is that what you're telling me?
Yo,
I
listen.
don't get it. Give him one half. If he gets 101 yards, 102 yards, let him sit. But give him an opportunity to break that record, man. That's
This
not
is how
just for
And he
him.
would
That's
have
for the
broke.
team.
He would
He'd have
have
broken
broken
in the
against
first
the
half,
Giants.
Kev. Yeah. He might have broken in the first quarter against the Giants, but
But you know
a lot
what?
of
You know what though?
yeah, Kev.
I'm glad he ain't break it against us. So fuck that. I'm
That's a
glad
fact.
that coach sat his
no,
ass
I would have
down and
loved to
said,
see
"Sit
that
your
shit.
ass down."
I'd have
Okay,
loved to see
But
that.
that's all we would have. That's all we would have needed.
I will say this, right? I will say this. A lot of these professional athletes, they live for this shit. They dreamed
Yeah.
about this. They dreamed about this their whole entire life. So you tell me this man has a chance to immortalize himself
Mm,
in the record books, but he don't want that? That's
yeah.
cap. That's cap. He absolutely wanted that to be the guy that's the single season rushing leader for how long did Eric Dickerson record last? What, like 30 years or some shit like
Something
that?
like that, yeah.
You
Hmm.
telling me Saquon didn't want his name in the record books for 30 plus years?
Right.
Like this is what we said. Nah, I don't believe
Which
that to be true.
I'd have
But
to really do
I
some
will
research.
I will tell you that he's a professional enough to do what he did. You know
Right.
what I mean? Yeah, it's about the young guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But
You
he
know what I
said
mean?
that during the year too, when they were blowing teams out. But here's the weird thing. I'd have to do a lot of research. How good was Eric Dickerson's team when he went out there to beat OJ's record? And you never once heard Eric Dickerson say he played two more games than Juice. Try baby ass. It's my record, and he'll have an extra game, but he didn't do the math. he'll have an extra game and 100-something less carries than your crying ass. And then you could, again, man, if you saw the interview with Saquon, you could almost see him like, well, yeah, they asked me, and come on, man. Come on, really? You think he couldn't have got that record in one half, guys? I don't.
One thing
He could
about
put up
watching
100 yards in
professional,
one half.
Yeah.
one thing I know by watching professional sports for my 30 plus years of life, these guys love breaking records.
Records are made to be broken.
They love it because like say for instance, I'm not even a professional athlete. I play video games, and when I'm playing the video games, I'm trying to break a record. I'm trying to break Wilt's scoring record in 2K. Like I'm just a guy sitting on the couch who trained and conditioned their body all their life, sacrificed so much of their time to the sport and gave so much of their life to the sport to be immortalized, and tell me that that was for the Philadelphia Eagles going, nah, you more valuable to us than you breaking a record. You know what I mean?
And like I said, Bush League shit, Kev, and T, because if y'all was out of the playoff hunt, y'all willing to sacrifice the land for him to get the record, then that's what I'm saying. I'd like to see where Eric Dickinson's team stood when he was going for the record. Were they in the playoffs? Were they going to the playoffs? And he said, I'm going for it. God bless him if he did. Don't get me wrong. You know the old saying, guys, records are made to be broken. So why not give him a chance? You know what? He carried y'all's asses half the season. Saquon carried y'all half the damn season. And now you're going to do some Bush League shit like this? No, man, I ain't buying it. I hope the Eagles get bounced in the first round.
Facts.
I hope Jalen Hurts gets hurt. Yeah, I don't want to hear that.
Bro.
Give him a chance. Like you said, Kev, these people, these guys work for this shit, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
That's like saying Tibbs and the Minutes Police, Karl Anthony Towns got 97 points, and there's 3 minutes left in the game. The Knicks are up by 20. Oh, take him out. He played 33 minutes. Really?
No.
Really? Okay.
But
Kiss my you-know-what. Get out of here.
Remember, it was a game a few years ago where we were blowing the team out.
That's a good question.
IQ had like 30-something, close to 40. Tibbs left IQ out there to go get 40.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the game was well in hand. And Tibbs told IQ, go hurry up and get 40 so I can sit you down. You know what I mean?
Was that against Toronto?
It might have been.
I think it was against Toronto. I think it was against Toronto, as a matter of fact.
Hey, y'all see that question? That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good question, guys.
I think.
Can I start it?
I mean, go ahead.
It was against the Rockets, y'all.
Oh, okay.
No, thank you. The assist me on the job with the stats.
She do.
I would like to say yes, right? I would like to say, but Mahomes magic is a real thing, and as bad as not bad as the Chiefs have not been as impressive, especially on the offensive end, as they have been other years, right? But defensively, they're super tough. They're super tough. And one thing I've noticed about the Ravens this season, when there's a really good defensive team in front of them, they struggle a lot. And I think Illuminati already crowned Mahomes as the next GOAT. So I'm not going against
Mahomes. But can Derrick Henry camouflage or take away from Lamar's piss poor performance in the playoffs?
Derrick Henry is a man beast.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, though. Since I ain't got no nickel in this race, going back to what you said, T, about records and being made, Again, I ain't got no horse in this race. I just want to see Kansas City win 3 in a row because that'll be a record. I ain't got no dog in this race. Go ahead and win 3 in a row. I'd love to
First
see
three-peat
Josh
since New
Allen.
England.
Yeah, I'd love to see Josh Allen, get passing
Ruin the
for
party.
once.
Nah,
But
you know why? You know why I don't want that? I know some Buffalo Bill fans and fuck those guys.
You know, I think
say go play in the
fuck
snow,
those
huh?
guys.
I will
I'm dead. He
I
said,
will
fuck
say
those guys. I'm
Derrick Henry
crying.
takes a lot of pressure off of
My
Lamar
bad.
Ooh,
Jackson.
yes, yeah.
Was something that he's been missing throughout his whole career. I don't think he's ever had a running back this good. And you can see it today that he had 182 yards rushing against the
Two,
Steelers.
two
So
Russian
uh,
touchdowns
with 2
Was that
rushing
last week?
touchdowns. No, right now.
Oh, they're playing
right now.
now.
Yeah, right now.
Oh shit.
They're winning. They're actually winning this game 28-14 in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes to go. So
Who they playing? The Steelers
I
again?
think that
Yep,
if
Steelers out of
Didn't
here.
they
they
play them the
playing the
last game of the
Steelers, yeah, they
season?
playing the Steelers.
Wow.
No,
I think
no,
so.
that was
I don't know.
last
I don't
year. They
think.
played the last game of the season
Oh, I thought
because
they
the
played them
Steelers
last
needed.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't even
We
know
can
that
find
game's on
out. We can
Amazon, ain't it?
find out.
So boom shakalaka.
That game. No. I think that game is on national TV right now.
I thought it was on Amazon.
No, that's on Amazon. That's correct.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
Prime Video.
that's on Amazon. Okay, so yeah, the Texans beat the Chargers, but
Yeah.
but
Whoop
I
their
do
ass.
think the thing is Lamar Jackson, can't choke on the big one. That's it. That's his
Can
main
anybody pull up
problem.
the stats?
And
How many yards does Henry have right now?
Henry has
182.
182 yards.
Uncle
Yeah.
Paulie, they go your answer.
182 yards rushing. He averaged 7.3 yards a carry and scored 2 touchdowns.
Uncle
Yeah.
Paulie from the BX, you got your answer, brother.
Yep.
I don't know about the Super Bowl, but not a bad
Now
start.
the
He's a
thing,
beast, guys.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
The thing is I always say who's gonna be Pat Mahomes because right
Right.
now nor Lamar Jackson nor Josh what you call it
Allen.
has been able to beat Josh Allen has been able to beat Mahomes when it matters most. But to be honest with you, I got it. Detroit Chiefs Super Bowl, and I
Wow.
think the way Detroit is playing, I think they might pull it off this year. I think
I agree with
somebody's
that.
gonna disappoint Mahomes, bro.
Nobody has won 3 Super Bowls in a row, have they?
I haven't
Not
seen
since
that
the
in
Patriots.
I
Not
don't
since the
remember them winning 3 in
Patriots.
a row.
Nah, they never won
Yeah.
3 in a
No,
row.
nobody, I don't think, won 3 in a row. We got to do some
Yeah.
research. Go ahead, Anna. Pull that up for us.
I think
Miss
was the
Miss
last
Stat.
time was it the
Nobody's done
Cowboys
it, guys. I don't think.
Not the Niners.
Nope. I don't think nobody's done it. I think
No,
that's why I was
you're absolutely correct. No team has done it. You're
No,
correct.
none.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't got no nickel in his dime, so I just want to see history be made. But I will tell you this: there's only one quarterback that beat Mahomes, and that was
Joe Burrow.
Cool Joe.
Cool Joe Burrow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Joe Burrow. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Well, wait, Vince Lombardi's Packers they won 3 3 NFL titles in a row.
Right.
And
Right.
that was way before our time.
Right. That was before the AFL too.
Yeah.
That's when they came out with the AFL, and then I think in 68, 69, after the Jets won the Super Bowl, they converged into one league, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's weird, but yeah, Super Bowls, nobody's won 3 in a row.
No.
It's crazy.
I mean, that would be pretty, I don't know. To be honest, guys, I'm not a big football fan. I'm one of those guys that just watches Red Zone on Sunday.
Me too. I love Red Zone. Except for when the Giants play. Then I watch the Giants.
And I don't my local games are always the Panthers. So who really wants to watch that shit. So,
Ah,
though they did get better at the end of the year. I just put on
They
Red Zone
did,
and
actually.
have me some
They really
chips and
did.
dip,
Yeah.
and
all
that's
right.
it.
So we officially
I,
3 hours in, guys.
I was
Whoa.
about to say T
Wow.
Time got that face. I was just about to
Hey,
say T Time giving that look like, bro, I'm
Yeah,
done.
this was a great
I'm
one,
done.
man.
look,
This was a
look, look.
great one.
But wait, go ahead, T Time.
I have on a day on like Saturdays that I have off, or even days that I have off, and we can start at the time that we do. I have no issue doing these kind of lives. If we can start at 8 and we rock out, it's good content. I have no issue doing these lives this long, especially if I have some alcoholic beverage nearby. You know what I mean?
Shame
You know
on
what I
you.
mean? But now this is dope live. I appreciate every last one of y'all on the panel for sure, especially Dom for pulling up. You know what I mean? Especially my Knicks ish panel for sure, always and forever. Everybody in the comments. We had people in the comments. AP been rocking all with us almost the whole 3 hours.
Go to.
That's a
Facts.
fact. That's a
Yo.
fact. I've been chilling.
We
Word.
can't do back to
Word.
backs. We need a day off. We need load management.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
We playing, yo, Dom. We playing too
I'm
many minutes,
done.
yo. T-Time,
Yeah,
you
we can't do
Too
that.
outplaying us,
many
T-Time.
minutes.
Dom
You
is a
Shit,
outplaying us,
we done
fool.
played more
T-Time.
minutes
Yo,
tonight
Dom.
than these guys play in a week.
Yo,
Yo,
Yeah.
Dom is
that's
a
a
fool,
fact.
yo.
But
Yeah, I
Darlene
thank
though,
y'all for
hold
Oh,
letting me
on,
come
hold
on.
on, hold on.
Yo,
Shout,
yo,
shout shout out to Darlene because she
always.
hasn't been
Darling
active
is
in the
Oh,
comments, but she's
But
been
she's
here the
been
whole
here.
3 hours.
That's a
The
fact.
whole
And she's
3 hours.
always here the whole time. And
wow.
Yeah, I
that's why
mean,
we always love and
facts.
appreciate Darlene very much.
Salute.
so let
Facts.
me
Very much.
so let me do my little wrap up before we get up out of here. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that pulled up tonight. You know what I mean? Make sure you hit that like button. Sharing is always caring. Subscribe. Make sure you tap that notification bell. Set it to all. You know what I mean? And we'll see y'all tomorrow. I
Hold
don't know if
on.
we're gonna. What's
The
up?
link for the hoodie.
Oh, big
That's
fact.
right. Always. Listen,
Oh,
if you
damn.
want one of these lovely Knicks ish hoodies that you see us panel members wearing, as you see in the bottom of your screen going across in that banner, is the link to the Shopify for the Knicks and X page so that you could copy one of them lovely hoodies that we got on right here.
That's big
You know what I
fact. That's
mean?
big fact. Big fact. Dom, I see you looking. If you need the link, we send it to you, homie.
I
Yeah,
could
we got you,
we
Don.
you know what, guys, as weird as this is, tomorrow I will put this on my TV screen and I like
Yeah,
critique the show and critique myself
yeah.
and that sometimes I get a good laugh. But yeah, I put it up on my
He about to
screen.
pull a Kev. He gonna do what Kev do. Kev
Yeah.
be watching it too. Yeah.
I actually put it on my TV screen and
Nah,
see
that's
everybody
fire.
all big and it's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah,
you get to see it again.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but
She's always the MVP.
big
That's
facts,
right.
big facts,
Super,
big facts, big
super.
Right.
facts, big facts. Hold on, put that comment back up. Big facts.
Yeah, she deserves it.
Nah, listen. Quiet is kept. That's the regulator. She makes sure we all. Hey, what we doing tonight? We live
Mm-hmm.
talking
Word.
basketball. Who ready
Word.
to
Mm-hmm.
play?
No, no, wait. Can I can I call her real fast? Show.
Show,
So,
Show. Show. She just give you the show. Where y'all at? Show. Mm-hmm. You know. Come on.
But yeah,
She
shout
is
out
the
to everybody.
MVP though. Big
Shout out to
facts.
every.
Shout
Don't do
everybody
that.
out, man.
Don't do that, AP. That's not. That's
yeah,
not her.
because
Yeah, don't
that's
do that.
cap.
Yeah, don't do that, homie. Hey, look, I'm gonna put it up so they know what we talking about.
No,
Don't do that.
no, no,
Oh,
no. No.
Again, thank
Nah,
everybody that pulled
we
up. If you
appreciate
didn't do so
we
already, make sure you
appreciate
touch that like button,
you.
sharing is caring, subscribe, go get you a hoodie. We see y'all tomorrow. Not sure exactly when. Gotta talk to the panel. The game is early. So I gotta talk to the panel to see when we pulling up. But we'll definitely be here tomorrow. We holla. Don't leave, y'all.
Peace.